I'm here earlier than I thought it would be. And in fact, there's music that I have to turn off because now I'm going to have to pay YouTube, and holy Jesus Christ. We're 4 minutes early. I got a fan going. You know, the thing is, I tried to set this so it would go in the future. Fuck this. You know what? I'm going to delete this. You know, nobody's here anyway. Hey, Danny's here. All right, good. Hi, Danny. How you doing? I'm early. I didn't mean to be early. I was still trying to figure out. I was doing a camera test because that's how I do things. I have to run a camera test, folks. And the fan is on. I don't know if the fan is interfering with you, but it's a little warm in my house. I'm happy to turn the fan off. Jeremy is showing. I am early. That's true. I just talked about that. You know, it's funny because when you set up YouTube, it says when do you want to go live, and it said you could schedule it for the future. So I actually scheduled it to go at 6:00 p.m. And then I hit a button, and then we're all here. And I don't know why that happened. I'm learning all this. Look. I don't have my guys here. I don't have young Jaden. I don't have Sean. I don't have Gio. They're my collective video team. And by collective video team, I mean guys that I bother when I need help. Also, that camera is going to shake a little, it looks like, because it's on a monitor, and I'm going to have to back the fuck up. See, I actually moved it closer because where it was, I didn't like it because I was kind of far away. So I actually moved it closer so you get a better, because God knows you need a better look at me. Oh, my God. All right, hold on. We're here. Tanya's here. Tanya Shivali, thank you for coming. Ruben, I did start early. I didn't want to. I was just explaining to people, you know what? I started early so I could explain to everybody why I didn't want to fucking start early. That's what happened. But I hit a button and all of a sudden everybody was here because it said I had scheduled it to go for 6, and then I was doing a camera test and I was trying to figure out how to put stuff around my house because I just got out of the shower, as you can probably tell, threw a handful of gunk in my hair and boom, sat down to go, well, I got 10 minutes to figure this stuff out. And then all of a sudden here we are. We're all together in my office, living room. Same thing, pretty much. 1-bedroom apartment. It's all the same room. I have an amorphous room. Sometimes, you know what? If I have a pen in my hand, it's an office. However, if I have a water in my hand, I'm relaxing in my living room. That's how it works. If I have a phone in my hand, I'm in the lobby waiting to be seen by whoever's in the other room. I'm picking up things and doing that stuff. All right, hi. Let's see. Hey, Jason, how you doing, buddy? I did start early. Danny, it's all good. You're on the where? I get it. Hold on. You're on the I-5. I thought it said the 15. Are you on the 15? No, you're on the 5 going to Anaheim. Danny, you don't live here, do you? You're just visiting, I hope? If you're going toward Anaheim, I'm going to tell you to go to Buena Park, and I'm going to tell you to go to Portillo's, and I'm going to tell you to get a beef sandwich, get a combo dip with sweet peppers, and get a fucking Polish sausage with extra grilled onions. And then spend the next 4 or 5 days eating that because that's how long it takes me these days. In the old days, I used to put that away and I'd be like, ha, who wants a big piece of Portillo's chocolate cake? And now I'm like, Christ, I don't know if I could have one more French fry this year. I mean, it's just everything changes when you get old. Old, very old. Ruben thought you were here to just wait. You're glad you came. Good. Ruben, I'm glad you showed up when you did too, as a matter of fact. Again, I did not plan on going this early. I was going to go right at 6:00, 6:00. But then I pushed a button and here we were. Magic. That's the magic of the internet, folks. And I'll tell you what, these days, very rarely is there a word to describe the internet that is least applicable than magic. Holy fuck, what a toilet. But it brought us together, and that's the most important thing. See, I try to keep telling myself that, and I know I've covered this on the show. But like the internet is a horrible cesspool, bombed out crater of what was once a great idea. But yet, it's brought me 15 people at 6 o'clock p.m. Oh my God, I've been talking I was way early, Jesus Christ. But it brought me 15 people here. I mean, the 16 of us would not be sitting in my 1-bedroom apartment together right now via this little fucking square thing if it weren't for the internet, which, though it is tiring us all out with its nonsense, is also a miracle to be respected, I suppose. All right. Let's see. I'm glad you showed up, Ruben. South Philly Paul is here. Hey, buddy. Liana is driving, but I got to be honest, folks. I memean, between Danny and Liana, I'm a little worried that traffic is in peril because of my appearance. I mean, you guys are awesome, and it's so cool that you popped in. But I kind of want you settled somewhere. I feel terrible that you're going to be out there risking life and limb and other drivers' lives in pursuit of hearing me talk about nothing. But that's fine. But also, here, I don't give a fuck about the other people, really. I care about you guys. I don't want to lose you. So if something bad happens on the road, and then I'm like, I'm down a listener. All of a sudden, instead of 18, I got 17 people the next time I fucking do this. And then I'm like, oh my God, where'd Ruben Co. go? Well, he wound up in a smash him up because he was out driving, like Danny and Liana. All right, South Philly is here. Jeremy, missing out on going to the Seahawks game tonight. Whoa, no, you got it. Jeremy, how dare you? How dare you choose me over the NFL? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I want? You know what I want to do? I want to get up and I want to kneel. I want to kneel just for you. I would, except I'm very creaky, and I worked out yesterday and we did legs, so I've got a real worry, a real thought process that if I do a kneel thing, I won't get up. I just won't get up because my legs are creaky these days. And I hope your Seahawks are going to win, Jeremy. Right? They're going to take the victory, correct? Because a loss by the Packers pretty much puts a nail in their fucking coffin. Like honestly, either of those teams has to go 6-1 to be in the playoff picture the rest of the way. And I would much rather the Seahawks won because we beat you guys. You know, the Packers already fucking. I didn't want to talk about it, but we get them one more time at least in a couple of weeks. All right. Jason, I am in the green room. I have a message, a story I'll tell you about this green room in just a second. Ruben, there's nobody waiting for me in the other room. I was teasing. If I was on the phone, now it's pretending that there would be somebody here. I wish there were people over there in the other room. Say, maybe that's the progress at some point. Maybe I do a live stream for you guys with other people in the room like I did in Canada on stage in what was the most magenta-tinged stage in the history of North America. I tried to watch that video back, and I'm like, Jesus, how did anybody even watch this? You know what it looked like? It looked like this, but even before I even saw it, it looks like the cinematography for Mandy. It's just this fucking totally magenta-tinged stage. I'm bathed in this purplish light, which is fine. I mean, because I just say, let's go crazy, let's get nuts when I'm bathed in purple light, as you all know. I look for the purple banana till they put me in the truck. Oh, Danny, all right. If you're being serious, go to Buena Park. I don't know what it's on, but put it in your phone and I'll fucking find it. Portillo's, PORTILLO''S. Get a combo with sweet peppers dipped. Get a fucking Polish. Get a Chicago dog if you want. Their char burgers are really good because they actually do char them and they taste like they're right off a fucking like fire, not on a flat top. And I mean, dude, they gotta get a cake shake just for the photo opportunity. You'll never eat it. You'll never drink it. You'll never do anything with it except stare at it. But they literally put a whole piece of fucking cake in a shake and grind it the fuck up. And then the best part about Portillo's, when you walk in, they're like, we got a cake shake and we've got fucking giant beef sandwiches. And then there's over here we have some lighter fare. And they have a salad that has like a fucking sausage in it. It's got it's a Susu Studio salad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's got a sausage in the salad, like fucking. That's just so Chicago. I think it was a meatball. I think it was. I took a picture of it. I don't know, like a meat salad. It was fucking crazy. Let's see. Good evening, Mike. Well, nope, picking up arcade games. Oh, Danny's picking up some arcade games. All right. Matt, good to see you, buddy. Let's all wish Matt well because he was in a fucking fender bender, a car accident, and it wasn't looking good for a while. He was in a coma. Part of that's a lie. He was definitely in a car accident. There was not a coma. But he's fine, and he's in a rental now, and he's getting a new car. I'm exposing all of Matt Henshaw's personal business here via the internet. And it's probably not a good thing to do, but I'm doing it. Why not? 21 people, 7 likes. Sal and Jill have arrived. Good to see you, Sal and Jill. I'm just gonna ask this. Sometimes Jill will post things like on my page, and I never know if it's Sal running Jill's account. And then Sal never posts on my page. Well, he might occasionally. And then that might be Jill running Sal's account. Because when Sal and Jill come in here, they come in here under Jill's name, but it's both Jill and Sal. But Sal has been in here on his own as well, and like separate, which always makes me laugh because then I'm like, are they sitting next to each other with like independent laptops signing in to watch? And then because my viewer count is just skewed. I'm not going to lie to you. At that point, I'm thinking, hey man, look at all these fucking people I got. When in reality, it's just a Jill and Sal master blaster tuning in from the same fucking webcam. Cam, the internet is a 6.5 out of 10. Cam, I agree with you. I hear you. Oh, what did you ask me the other day? Oh, you had a beekeeper student, I think, for my thing. I wanted to thank you for that. That was pretty cool. I didn't get to answer anybody. I got to answer everybody. I know I'm that dude, but I mean, there's stuff on the Joker's page that people write comments, and I need to reply back to you, and you guys are awesome, and I will do those things eventually. I mean, I said I would do the Instagram posts, and I did all of those, man. I put up 9 new photos on Instagram for you guys to go and peruse. I don't know if I want to fucking medal for that or what, but still, they are there. So please become an Instagram follower if you are not already, and then go and peruse all of my Instagram photos and go, wow, 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 wow. That's right. 9 wows for 9 posts. Let's see. The Pack is not up 14-3. Vomit. Fucking terrible. All right, hold on. Let me roll over. You were looking for somewhere to eat. That's fantastic. Giselle and Jill are here. The internet is a 6.5 out of 10. Cam, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very familiar with the 6.5. You do the best with what you got, is what I'll say to you. Casey Murphy just got here. Start over, please. Sounds like I missed the safe driving section of the presentation. Murph, you always miss the safe driving presentation because you always are late. And I try to get that out of the way early because as we like Danny and Liana are in cars right now. They're in their cars. As safest of all, they can lock all their doors. It's the only way to live in cars. It's the only way to stream in cars. I should be streaming this from my car. Maybe I do that. Remember when I tried that with episode 36 and I drove around with my fucking phone and I filmed a bunch of nonsense? I did that one other time when I filmed a bug. There was a bug that was on my car and I filmed like 18 videos of me with a bug You ever go back and look at your old stuff and you're like, man, what was I thinking? I never do. I go back and I think, wow, how come nobody loved this? Because it was awesome. It was me and a bug. That should have gone viral. How the fuck can me and a bug not go viral? Damn it. Jeremy, so you say they won't. Oh, Packs up 14-3. Go Packers. Tommy Packner's here. He got a big fiddle out. Are you accompanying me, sir, on your tall bass? Bing, 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 bing. I don't know. That's probably not what a bass makes, especially if you're doing this. If you do this with your stand-up bass and it goes bing, bing, ding, 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 that's bad. I'm going to tell you, you need to get that into the shop. Take that thing to the big bass shop. Have them give it a little go-ahead. Have them give them a tune-up, because that's not the noise that the big bass should make. Bing, ding, 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 ding. That's more of a bing, ding, 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 which I do as a tribute to Roy Clark, who we lost today. Ding, 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 ding. You know Roy Clark? Roy Clark, when I knew him, he was like the host of Hee Haw, which was a stupid fucking show where a bunch of hillbillies hid in corn and made jokes. Good for them. And then occasionally Minnie Pearl would come out with a fucking tag on her hat and yell howdy. And I don't know. Honestly, watch Hee Haw and then realize why we are where we are now. On it, I'm sure. And people are going to be like, dude, Hee Haw was funny and there was great comedy. Grandpa Jones or whatever the fuck. Dude, plaid shirts and corn and suspenders, not funny, ever. I don't give a fuck. You could put Chappelle in a plaid shirt with suspenders amidst corn and he's not going to be goddamn funny. But Roy Clark was a co-host along with Buck Owens. Now, again, I knew them as the hosts of Hee Haw. I'm like, who the fuck are these idiots? A couple of corn-pone hillbillies who keep throwing at the jokes in the fucking corn with Junior Samples, right? I know a lot about Hee Haw for a guy who hated Hee Haw. However, then as you age and you mature and you get out of your bubble and you turn off your television set, you realize, oh, Roy Rogers and Buck Owens are fucking geniuses. They took a Hee Haw gig because there was money in it. It went syndicated and they got a ton of dough from it, and good for them because they should get fucking paid, because Roy Clark may have been one of the fucking top 20 guitarists who ever lived. He's fucking ridiculous. Granted, he didn't play my music, but it doesn't matter when you go out and you watch him, and he's just the fucking hand speed and the flying and the picking. I mean, his picking is so clean. Roy fucking, I forgot his name. Roy Rogers. No. How the fuck did I, in the midst of this, Roy Clark, Jesus, fuck. Goddamn. See, that's what happens. Bing, ding, 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 ding. Packers up. Happy you're not a Bengals fan, Cam. I am very happy I'm not a Bengals fan, but I will tell you this. My fantasy football team, Fish Hitler, is now 8-2 and is the #1 seed in my league. This week we play the #2 seed. If we beat him, it's very important because then we will have we're going to have a bye anyway, I think. Because right now the second place guy in my division is 7-3, and if I lose and he wins, then we're tied. But I have more points than him. But I don't want to get into tiebreakers. I just want to fucking put my foot on this guy's neck. However, I'm the top team in the East. I'm playing the top team in the West, and if I win, that's important because then I don't have to play the #3 team in the league who scores 1 million points a game. Like he's got Mahomes and James Conner and all these fucking bad and Jojo Schuster. He's literally scored over 170 points 3 times, but he's been beaten like 3 or 4 times. It's one of those, those offenses that can explode. He beat me already like 144, 127. Hi, welcome to Fantasy Talk with Mike Schmidt. Isn't this boring? The point is, you know what though? As long as the Packers, I have Aaron Jones. Is Aaron Jones the one doing all the scoring for the Packers? Did he score both touchdowns? That would be fine with me because I have him. And I offered a guy a trade this week, and he tried to steal Aaron Jones. I hate it. You know, that's another thing I hate about fantasy. When a guy thinks I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, we're at 20 people and 10 likes. When somebody thinks I don't know what I'm doing, and I offer him a trade, and then they're like, what about this trade? And they want 4 of my best players for a defense, and I'm like, you fucking dick. I hate you. Because I don't think I'm stupid. If you want to make an offer, just go, hey, look, this is a bad offer, but maybe you'll be fooled in taking it. No, they send it with like a straight face, like, maybe he'll like this one. I don't like that one, you jerks. All right. So the whole point about that was I have your defense, Cam. I know the Bengals are awful, but in the fantasy playoffs, they play Oakland and Cleveland in back-to-back weeks, and I think I might be able to steal some points that way. I don't know why I'm doing this. You can't even see it because I have my hands down. I'll steal some points. I'm very nefarious. So I have the Bengals defense, and they're going to hurt me the next couple of weeks. But the point is, there's only like 3 games left in the regular season, and then I'll have a bye, and then I'll have 2 playoff games. And like I said, it's Oakland and Cleveland. So hopefully they can put a hurt on those teams. Like there's like a gimme touchdown or a pick or 4 sacks, something like that. That's a lot of Bengals talk too. Jesus Christ. I thought I was doing a lot of hee-haw talk. What's worse, hee-haw talk or Bengals talk? I should change the title of this fucking thing to Bengals talk or hee-haw talk. Not Nakoma going to be getting a new car though. Yeah, Matt's getting a new car. That's pretty cool. New cars are always fun. You get one, but I will tell you this though: if you've had your car for a while, and you know where everything is, and you're used to how you sit in it, and your seat kind of conforms to you, and you know wherever you're going to reach everything. Hold on, yawning fuck. then getting a new car is weird. It's fun at first, but then it's also weird for like a week or two. But then of course you settle in. The bottom line is I don't even know why the fuck I went off on this tangent. Yeah, getting a new car is always great. Let me take it all back. I take everything back. All right. Facebook is always Jill. Sal's always on Instagram. Yes, we have Seder and separate laptops. Oh my. All right. Well, I'm glad. See that now I feel like I'm contributing to a separation of powers there. I'm contributing to two people who aren't on the same page. But at the same time, maybe it's just you're sharing something you love, but individually yet separately. Are you separate but equal? That's what you guys are. Is that Plessy versus Ferguson? I don't know. It's one of those things. But separate but equal is that? I mean, I betrayed my knowledge. I know it wasn't Brown versus the Board of Education. I can tell you that. Look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rule in on famous court cases and try to guess what they were. Separate but equal was, of course, the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand, which led to World War I. All right. Random history. Yes, Gio, the kitchen light is on as well. I sat down here to try to figure out what I needed to do. I turned this light on. I turned that light on. And is it bad? Why can you not see me? Do you not see me? I wonder. You got to tell me. Because when I can see me, I get this, because this is fucking, we need a fucking thing here. Like, see, if I do that, then I'm like, all right, I look okay. But now it's like, nah, I'm being interrogated to find out why I murdered that prostitute. Probably shouldn't say that out loud on a live stream. All right, hold on. Where are we here? Let's double check. Not in a coma, getting a new car. Kitchen light on, though. Joint couple Facebook accounts are insane. Cam, yeah, well, they're not joint couple. That's the thing. They're individual. But when they come on here, they're always under one person's name. And then they'll fire questions that I don't know. Does Jill want to know that, or does Sal want to know that? Because they have the separate accounts also but on Facebook it's only Jillius Beanius. And then he's on Instagram. Sal's only on Instagram. All right. Let's see. Tonight only one. That's fine. I'm glad. You know what? And that's good. It's cold outside. Throw a blanket over your legs. Put your laptop right there on your mutual laps and hold hands and look at Mike, who's going to officiate your wedding eventually, someday in the future, unless you're already married. In which case, I'll officiate the renewal of your vows. Maybe I'll do that. You know, it wouldn't be the first wedding involved at this show, and I've been to a few. I've been invited. I went and saw Derek and Mara. I went and saw Mike and Jolene. I saw them get hitched. That was fun to be invited to that. Mike and Jolene met through my show, which was fantastic. So I'm happy to be involved in any and all weddings. So Jill, look, Sal, I'm not putting a cattle prod in your back, and Jill, I'm certainly not telling you that you need to say yes too quickly. And maybe you've got your own arrangement the way it goes. How uncomfortable is this now? The two of you are on the couch, literally, you're like just closing the laptop, separating, going to different corners. No, the point is I'm happy you're here, and please share one account, share all accounts, and talk to me. That's fine. Let's see. Yes, Gio, both lights are on, the kitchen light and then this light. You want to? I'll tell you what. I'm going to go turn off the kitchen light so we can all see what it looks like. Actually, that's this light. Hold on. All right, now the kitchen light is out. So this is just the light above my head. So now you get an idea of what it's like if just one lamp is on or the other. And now I'm going to go turn the kitchen light back on because I think I'm in weird shadow. Hold on. Join a couple Facebook accounts. Tonight only one. Mike, are both lights on? They are. Checking Instagram right now. Good for you, Ruben. There are 9 new pictures up there. The bug videos were epic. Oh, Jill, you remember those? That's fantastic. Or Sal, whoever remembers those. That was totally fun. And so they'll come up in your memories, your Facebook memories, and it'll be like, hey, man, remember when you did this? And I was being chased by like a praying mantis. I was like, oh, I'm going to the gym. And he wouldn't get off my car. Dude, that was so – I mean, I made like 8 videos. And I was going like 50 miles an hour on a side street, and he wouldn't fucking fly off my window. It was craziness. Hold on. All right, both lights are back on, which I think is better. How great would it be if I kept getting up to turn off the lights, and then like the 4th time somebody else sat in the chair, like just fucking Pardo or somebody. I should, you know what? That's a thought for another live stream. I'll just get up and keep doing it, and eventually on the 4th one, I'll have somebody sit in the chair. God damn it! And you know what? That somebody could be you. If you wanted to show up here and hang out in my living room and wanted to go ahead and join me, tell me, and we'll tag team it. I'll go ahead and talk, and you go ahead and just sit in the chair just for the one laugh, and then you fly back to whatever town you came from. All right, so Drew says, hello, Mr. Schmidt. Well, I say hello to you as well. What the hell? Look, now again, I'm behind in the chat room, so I'm just now arriving at, you want to talk about Magenta? I talked about Magenta and the Toronto stage. Jeremy, thank you so much, dude. That's ridiculous that you would go ahead and throw some money my way, and especially that kind of an amount. You're super great. Thank you so much for thinking of me and bringing some color to our chat room. That's fucking fantastic. Thank you so much, Jeremy. And what the hell? Just under that, our friend our friend Matt stepped up and has decided to send along a couple of sawbucks, a couple of fins. I think fins are 5, sawbuck is 10 maybe. I don't know, whatever the fuck is. Matt just sent something, and that's Packer Gold. He just sent me some Packer Gold right there, baby, and I don't blame him. But thank you, Matt. That's fucking fantastic. Especially, you know what? I will be honest with you. I don't think Matt meant to send that. He's a little loopy from the car accident. So, like I said, he's got a car. He's getting a new car. He's in a rental now, and his other car got all dinged the fuck up, and he got a concussion. So he's not in a coma, but apparently he did bang his head on something because he's sending me money, and that's always an iffy proposition for a guy like Matt. I don't know. Matt sends me millions of dollars. I don't know what I'm saying. It was the redneck laugh. It was the redneck laugh-in. Oh, it was, Paulie. Absolutely. That's exactly what it was. It was. That's a really good way. I've never heard. You know what's weird? It's been millions of years. I don't think I've ever heard it put that way. And now, granted, I'm not running with a lot of people to discuss hee-haw all day, despite the fact I have extensive knowledge. How much not? Hey, also, by the way, is this fan a thing? Tell me, because I can turn it off. You know, I'm just going to turn it off anyway because it's bothering me. Medium, low, off. All right. All right, so high. So I turned that off now. And if I may have to mop my brow occasionally because it's warm. It's like warm in my house, but it's cold outside. So I have like all the windows and shit closed. I'm going through fucking menopause is what I'm doing. I'm getting hot flashes and shit. I'm sweating when I shouldn't sweat. I'm cold all the fucking time. You know what I did this week? I don't know if I discussed this on the show, but I've already told a couple of people about it. This week I was like, fuck it. I'm tired of waiting for fall. I'm tired of waiting for autumn. I'm tired of waiting, period. So I stripped the bed on Mondays, and then I threw on some flannel sheets. I threw on a flannel top sheet and a flannel bottom sheet and flannel pillowcases. I have 4 pillows. So the 2 that I use that I initially lay on, you don't care, they're flannel. And then I have another 2 pillowcases, which are just kind of like whatever the fuck pillowcases are made out of cotton. But then I had flannel top sheet, and then I have a summer blanket. Dude, I have so many fucking blankets. It's ridiculous. I have a weighted blanket. I think I've talked about on here that my brother bought me from Korea. I have a silky blanket that I bought that's like a queen size. You ever go to like Target and they have those garbage throws for $10? They're like, keep it on your couch. It keeps you warm. Well, I found a giant one, like a queen, and it feels like it's so silky. It's like petting a fucking cat. It's amazing. And so I got a giant one of those. And then I have another, like a fuzzy blanket that I use, but not fuzzy, scratchy, fuzzy, soft. I mean, it's just beautiful. But then last year I bought a down comforter from Amazon. Get this thing, because it was just an amazing deal. It was like a Black Friday fucking comforter deal. And I could never be too warm. So I said, all right, well, fuck this. I bought this down comforter because I really wanted it. And it shows up at my house, and I take it to the laundromat to wash because it's too big to wash in my washing machines. I throw it in the industrial machine, and then I take it out. It fucking tore. Like the first time I ever washed it, it's got a gouge in it like this big, and there's feathers already coming out of it. I'm like, motherfucker. So I write Amazon. I'm like, dudes, this fucking thing's torn. And they just comped it. Fucking Bezos. And look, it's no sweat off his ass. The guy's got fucking $8 billion, as we know. And to give me a free comforter is whatever. But then I brought it to my dry cleaner, and I'm like, can you do anything with this? She's like, sure. And she fucking just stitched it up. So I got a down comforter. But I never used it because it was torn. And I felt I was like, fuck that. You know, I'm not Natalie Imbruglia. I'm throwing this thing in a fucking closet. Sure enough, I was like, you know what? It's fucking winter. Time to drag that thing out because it's always warm here. You don't need a fucking down comforter. You just don't need it, but I wanted it. I pulled it out. I threw it on the bed. So now I got a flannel bottom sheet, a flannel top sheet, flannel pillowcases, and a fucking down comforter. I climbed into bed Monday night. Holy Jesus. You're lucky I'm up. I'll be honest. You're lucky I'm out of bed talking to you. It's now, what is it, Thursday? Thursday night. I should still be wrapped up burrito style in that fucking comforter and down and flannel. Oh my fucking God, is it amazing? It's such a nice bed. You don't want to jerk off in it. You know what I mean? Because like, I can't befoul it. I just want to it's a cloud. You can't jerk off in a cloud. So I'm just like, man, I'm just going to experience this and love it, roll myself up and just fucking lay there and just, the best is when you get in the cover and because I sleep in a house. I call it a house because I'll get in because I'm tall and I'll kick my feet in the air and I'll tuck myself in with the blankets underneath me. Like I'll wrap, so I'm in a little burrito house and then I'll like roll over and I'll pull it all together. And then like the blanket is up around my face. So it's like just under my nose. So I'm breathing. So you can kind of you're warmed from your own breath as well as your own body heat. And you're just fucking like totally, and I'm on my side and I got my fucking arm out. Oh, dudes. Again, you know what? I'm going to end this chat and I'm going to go to sleep. Or I could bring you guys in there with me. Maybe I'll just bring you in there and I'll fucking lie down on the mattress. That'll be fun. We'll all get wrapped up. So Matt, thank you. That was super cool. Jeremy, again, fucking awesome. It was the redneck laugh-in, Paulie. Let's see. I watched this Hee Haw reunion video a couple of weeks ago. My reaction was, I've never seen so many Trump voters in one place before. Yeah. I think I'm glad Hee Haw isn't around because I don't have any questions about how they would feel about the way things are going. It would just be, look, I didn't like the cornfield in the first place. I'd hate it even less with Trump 2020 signs in it. So I got no interest. And I'm not, look, it's a safe space live stream. I'm not trying to offend anybody. You like who you like, and that's fine. But you know where I stand on the fucking thing. All right. Matt Pipkin has arrived from Westmont, Illinois. And you know what he did before he got on here? He probably went to Papa's Pizza and he bought a pizza in Darien. Because there's a Papa's, was it Westridge? No, is it, no, there's a fucking Papa's in Westmont, right? Why did I say Westridge? I was thinking of Northridge. There's a Papa's in Westmont and there's Home Run in Darien, and then there's Papa's in Bolingbrook. But Matt, thank you for coming in from Westmont, Illinois. The Westmont Warriors? Hilltoppers? I don't remember. Joliet Catholic's the Hilltoppers. And Crete Monee is the Warriors. So there's a very good chance you're neither one of those. You're just Westmont. That's who you are. We're the Westmonts. That wouldn't be bad. The Westmounts. What if you were the Westmounts? That's a lot of stuff to put on a jersey, but actually I buy that fucking jersey. Westmounts? Holy fuck, is that a great name? Put me in charge of your school. Drew B, picking and grinning. You aren't picking and you are grinning. Oh my God. Tanya Shabali. First of all, you've given me money, and that's super nice of you. Thank you. And it's also Packer Gold, which I do enjoy very much. But wait a minute, you're a grandmother. What the fuck? Like, that's a new development, right? That's nothing that I knew before. And all right, let's talk about Tanya. Tanya is when I go to Canada, Tanya and Mike are the very lovely couple who are very nice, and they come and visit me all over the place. And they also came to Cincinnati. I mean, they come to America to see me. I don't understand it, but I love it very much, and they're my friends, and it's really great. I wonder, like as I've said on here before, I wonder if Mike is less thrilled than Tanya is, and he kind of just goes. But I think Mike and I have developed a nice rapport, and we've become friends. I like Mike very much. But now Tanya, who is infinitely younger than me, certainly younger than Mike, and younger than most, is now a grandmother. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what kind of a laboratory experiment you stumbled into. I don't know what baby came out of a petri dish and you decided to raise it when you were 8 years old. I don't know how this happened, but congratulations on your grandmotherhood. And I think it's backwards that you're giving me money. I think I'm supposed to give you stuff for being a grandma. This is like the dude in the fucking hospital room passing out cigars. Hey, I'm a dad. So like, you're a grandma and you're just passing out $20 at a time on the internet. Now I'll tell you what, there's a future in that. If everybody who became a grandmother just started passing out $20 bills to everybody on the goddamn internet, like just, dude, this is how we're going to, you know what? This is how we're going to sustain ourselves as a fucking continent. This is how North America goes ahead and sustains itself. Anybody who becomes a grandmother has to give $20 to like the first 10 people who write them an email. So it's $200. And then that can be your job. You could actually stay on the internet waiting to look for grandmothers and grandfathers and then leap in and send them a greeting to get your $20. On a good day, you could probably make $200, $300 fucking dollars. That's not bad. People keep texting me. I don't know why. My phone keeps lighting up. Are you texting me as well as talking to me, folks? Is that what you're trying to do? Because if you're trying to distract me, as you can just see, it fucking worked. We're up to 27 people and 15 likes, folks. You can't argue with that. Look, at the internet all over the place right now, there's people cursing at one another. They're swearing. They're angry at people and socialism. But here it's all fun. 28. Look at that. Just look at the positive vibes I had there. I was positive for like 5 seconds and another person showed 29. What the fuck? See, all I got to do is be positive, and then people just come out of the fucking woodwork. They just show up. They're like, who the fuck is this guy talking? Sounds like good vibes. Because elsewhere on the internet, like, or else, wait, 30? God damn it. This is a true statement. However, these people also could have just heard, hey, there's a grandma passing out money in this live stream. And they went, let's fucking go. They just like the caravan. They just marched right into this live stream with their hands out, hoping to get some big time Canadian cash. Tanya, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Stephen Edwards, you thought you found true love. She met another and she was gone. I'm sorry. Is that something to do with something I said earlier? Because again, I kind of talk in circles here and I don't remember what I said 4 seconds ago, let alone now. I hope you're kidding. I hope we're having fun. It's a hee-haw thing. Maybe it's a hee-haw thing. Maybe it's a Roy Clark song. Ding, 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 hammering on. All right. The Eagles are garbage, says Ruben. Yeah, the Eagles are having a tough year. But you know what? Again, you win a fucking Super Bowl, you can't talk shit. It's like these Cub fans drive me out of my fucking skull. Cub fans this year like, we got to fire Madden. He's a fucking gimmick manager and he sucks. And dudes, you didn't win for 100 years. 100 years and more. Not even like 100. It was like 109 or some shit like that. And then you win in 2016 and now in 2018 you want the manager fired and you want a clean house. Fuck you, man. You know what? Bask in it. Poke holes in yourself and marinate in the success from 2016. You shouldn't even be sober yet. You're bitching about your fucking manager. You won in 2016 after 100-year drought. A century. You didn't win a championship. And there were like all these stories about nuns and fucking crusaders and like old priests and grandparents and great-grandparents who just wanted to see a Cub victory before they died. And now 2 years later after they win, all these spoiled motherfuckers like, oh, we should win some more games. Man, dude, fuck, again, you should not even be sober from 2016 yet. You're bitching about this team. Now, I can understand rooting for your team and being upset or being sad that they didn't win, but this fire the manager, fire these motherfuckers and all this, you just get the fuck out of here. So no offense, that's not really for you that with that harsh tone. The Eagles are having a rough year. They could still win out and win that division because they're very lucky they're in a garbage division. And then you've got Wentz, and they've been hit with a ton of injuries. I mean, they got fucked up, man. It just happened. And also, you lost Frank Reich, you lost a bunch, you lost DiFilippo, you lost a lot of coaches. And apparently, from what I heard, you're going to lose more actually in the offseason. It's the price of doing business in the NFL is really harsh. You win, and then everybody raids you. First of all, they see what you did, and they try to scheme for it. They try to take your best guys. They try to take all your coaches. They just brain pick you until you're a fucking husk of what you once were. The only team, as we know, that's been able to fucking survive that shit is in Boston, and we both fucking hate them. All right, the Eagles are garbage. All right, hold on. For Jesus Christ, I'm way behind here, and I apologize. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to go drown my Seahawks sorrows at the bar. I couldn't stay long, and I had a small window. Nice to see you all here. Hey, Jeremy, again, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for giving money, which was ridiculous and so nice of you. Thank you. And do me a favor, go to the bar and bring home a Seahawks winner, please. Although you're probably gone by now. I don't know who I'm talking to, your fucking ghost. But bring home a Seahawks fucking winner. Let Aaron Jones score like 4 more touchdowns, but you guys score 5 more and win the fucking game. Exactly about getting a new car. Not the way I wanted to get it. True, Matt, but you're getting a new car. Again, it's that thing where we all have to spin it and go, let's look on the bright side of life. Let's Eric Idle and Monty Python the fuck out of this and go, you know what? New car. Because eventually you all have to get new cars. Like I've been driving, I drive my fucking car into the ground. And even though Morgan Auto Dave, I just gave where he works. Fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Dave at the place where I get my car fixed was like, Mike, you'll drive this car into the ground. And I'm like, good. But the goal would be to not really drive that car into the ground. Because if anything happens to that car, I'm boned because I just bought this monitor, that webcam. I bought a fucking fridge. I bought everything else. I bought a printer, which is in the other room. And now it was funny. I thought I might have to buy a PC for my streaming. Gio has written me and told me that I better not, or he will break my fingers. And I'm like, I get that. It's I'm the guy who came here and tried to fix with my streaming with my Nintendo. He's working on solutions and stuff because I guess I got a Raspberry Pi coming and I'll be playing games and all that kind of stuff. So the Twitch channel is afoot. I mean, it's going to happen soonish. I'd love to be up by December 1st, but I mean, who fucking knows, man? I mean, I say that, but I'm also the guy who had to start this fucking thing 4 minutes early because I didn't know which fucking button to push. All right, resetting. Aaron Jones scored the first tee. Yeah, you're goddamn right. I better score some fucking points. I got to beat the guy who's in fucking second seed. Liana's home. Hey, Liana, we're glad. And so remind me the things you wanted me to talk about. I know 2 of them for sure, and I don't know the third. But anyway, remind me. My forehead is positioned differently. The dual lighting helps resolution a lot. My forehead is the sun. All right. So here's the thing, because I slid. I'll explain to you exactly why. The webcam is not. I don't have the fucking shoebox with the 5 books. I have the webcam perched on the monitor that I purchased, and it's taller. So the webcam is certainly higher up. So I don't have to lean forward. Like I'm sitting straight up right now, and you can see me. Like usually I lean forward like this. So then I'm a lot closer to the fucking thing. And I actually moved the monitor, this thing closer because I didn't like looking like a sea. Like, look at, I mean, I'm just in a fucking sea of green. I got to get close because then it's like I'm here. So if that's bothering everybody, you tell me and we'll figure it out. Gio says, no. All right, this message is held for, hold on, what did Gio say? Gio said, hold on, I'm trying to show his message. He said, you ass. Oh, all right, I'm an ass. All right, well, thanks. I'm glad I showed that then. Brow mopping. Because I'm trying to, all right, let me tell you this story real fast before I get back to the chats. I sat down to do this. Like I said, I had to start early. I didn't mean to start early, but I sat down here. I just got out of the shower and I was a little behind, and I'm like, all right, well, let's check the camera and figure out how it's going to roll. I sat down and I got dressed and I came over and it looked awful. Like I couldn't figure it out. You know what it looked like? You ever have lights in the bottom of a fish tank where they're just kind of shining up through the water? That's what I looked like. I looked murky and weird. And I'm like, why the fuck do I look so strange? And I'm trying to move the camera and I'm spinning it and going, well, maybe push it back or push it forward. And then I try to sit back and sit forward. And then I'm like, why is it going on? And I looked and I sat back and I took a look at myself and I went, I wore a green t-shirt. So I wore a green t-shirt with this green fucking wall, and it turned me into I looked like fucking Violet Beauregard when she turns into the blueberry, like her whole face is washed out and blue and all that shit. I was just green. I was an Oompa Loompa. I looked fucking ridiculous. Although they're orange, right, with the green eyes. Well, they're kind of green. They had green hair, whatever the fuck. I was green. I was very green. I looked like a guy in a cartoon who was going to throw up. Like when he eats bad food, and he goes, and then all of a sudden he turns all green. That's what I looked like. So I had to change shirts. And that was what got me all fucking scrambled, because that's why I had to start early. So I'm like, oh shit, I got to change shirts. I went and I grabbed a shirt and I came in here and I grabbed some water and I sat down and I hit the wrong button. And then we were live and all the people were waiting were like, Mike, you're early. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Oh man, we went from 30 to 24 quick. You ass. All right. I wasn't going, oh, is this when I turn the lights out? That could be it. Could be a good time for a stew. Look, Geos is terrible. All right. I'm terrible, Geo. I apologize, man. I'm not good at this. I wish I was. All I can do is talk. I'm not good at light switches and positioning and shit like that. And eventually, maybe I'll have a producer someday to help me out with pointing stuff out. Well, I got hair in my mouth. That's gross. All right. Leanna says, glad you're okay, Matt. Yeah, me too. Okay. So this is when the light went out. Jesus. No one else was injured, which is good. You want to see every light possible? Yeah, me too. I want to see every light combo possible. I got a couple of lamps over there. I should turn those on. I'll do this. I just go leprechaun. I go flashlight under the chin and I fucking do it that way. Who knows? Someday we'll figure all of this out. Pat would definitely be up for sitting in the chair. Let's put it this way. Pat would be up for the gag and then he'd want to leave. He's not going to sit here for 2 hours while I fucking talk to everybody. That's for goddamn sure. And I don't blame him, for fuck's sake. Matt is loopy from the accident. You should be, I would bet. The light now doesn't bother me, but it looks like it's right in your eyes. I'm okay. I mean, this is fine. This is just regular lighting. It's just hot on the screen. And then again, this is the real problem. Like the up here, like if I could somehow block that, ooh, hold on, look at it. Oh, that's all right. Let's do this. I always flex every fucking show. So yeah, it's just this intense light bulb that's going here. Maybe, you know what? Maybe if I do this, better. Because there's 4 lights up there, and then 2 of them go like this way, and then 2 of them go this way. So I think I got the one that's not shining really on my head. We're still doing the light thing. Tell me if I need to switch it. I'll find out in a month when I get caught up with the thing here. All right, so the fan was fine. Turn it on. Oh, okay, Paul, I like the fan. Maybe I'll throw that back. I wonder if you liked the fan, but you were nice to me because you're like, all right, Mike, you're going to be sweating. Turn the fan off. That's not good TV to be looking down like that. And you're just looking at my fucking scalp. All right, too much flannel. Agreed, Sandollar. Way too much flannel at that point. Bullshit. I disagree. I think I loved it. I loved the flannel, for fuck's sake. I enjoy all that flannel. I love being wrapped up in a goddamn bed tube and having all that fucking down and stuff like that, dude. I love being warm, even though I'm sweating down camera. Fuck it. You know what? And back on. Yeah, I dug it. You say this, Sandollar, but if you laid in that bed, if you just went ahead and just kind of cocooned yourself, you'd just be like, I'm never leaving. Mike, bring me a sandwich. And I would say, you're not eating in that bed. And then you'd say, Mike, bring me some soup. And I'd say, you're not eating in that bed. You'd say, Mike, bring me a tasty beverage. I go, all right, yeah, you can sip something in that bed. It's I don't have an eating bed. I have a sipping bed and a sleeping bed. As long as there's a pee in it, you can do it. Ugh, that doesn't sound good at all. All right. I want to reverse Patreon where I can inflict insomnia and force concrete beds upon Mike. Geo, I am disappointed. Why must you torture me? Why do you hate me for having good things? Why do you not see? Because if I had concrete beds and shit, then yeah, you're probably right. I'd probably get more done. Like I wouldn't want to go and spend time in bed all the goddamn time. Now, I should also say this, I'm not in bed all the time. I go to bed and sleep like a normal person, and I wake up. Very rarely will I nap like in the bed. Well, you ever do that? Because that's super indulgent. When you go, you know what? I'm going to go lay down at 2:00 in the afternoon. That's fucking, dude. That's just rich people money at that point. Then you're just like, if you can afford to lay down at 2:00 in the afternoon in your bed, instead of like nodding off on a couch or maybe in a chair or at your desk at work. But if you can literally go and just pull the covers back, and let's put it this way, if you nap in the bed, maybe even that's okay. If you get under the covers at 2:00 in the afternoon, you need to get some more Zoloft, or you need to just fucking get a job, because or just spend your lottery winnings, because that's who you are. If you can actually climb in there. So I like having a nice chairs and a soft bed. I like it feels grown up. Dude, when I was a kid, I slept on the floor so many fucking times. In Tahoe, I slept on DJ's clothes. It's not even a fucking joke. DJ had a water bed. I laid on the floor on basically all of DJ's clothes. I even kept mine off to the side because I didn't want to sleep on him, but I slept on a pile of his clothes, man. That's when he'd fuck some chick, I'd go out in the living room, or if I didn't bring any girl home. I always went to their place. But I mean, we fucking had our underwear not our underwear, our Conquest's underwear tacked up on the wall. I slept right under it. And you know what? Fuck that. I slept on a pile of clothes under a bunch of contraband underwear, a bunch of contraband panties, and I slept like a fucking baby. You should tuck me in at the end of the stream. Oh my God, Paulie, that's a fucking fantastic idea. Oh, you know what? Things are. I'm totally missing things, I think. All right, the lights, the fan was fine. Too much flannel. Gio is resentful of my comfort level. I see that. I jumped right to the concrete bed. You should be, man, because I'm not kidding you. I mean, maximum comfort is all that matters now. I have 24 years left to breathe. That's it. So why shouldn't every single day be spent at least in like comfortable surroundings? I mean, you don't want to fucking even when I get up and go to the gym now, I go to the gym in the morning, and even that fucking 8-minute commute is just like, oh my God. Like I don't, if I could snap my fingers and go from the bed to the gym, it'd be so much better. It's the getting up and getting there that's always the fucking problem. And it's, it's fucking 90% of success is showing up and all that other fucking bullshit. Yes, I get it. But man, when you got a down comforter and flannel sheets, you don't want to show up anywhere. You just want to lay down and sleep. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Blanket tour, Liana knows. That's right. Let's get fucking, I'll do that. Dudes. All right, hear me out. What if I did like a fucking, like a weird Goldilocks tour where I went and slept in people's beds and we tried to find which was too soft and too hard and which was just right. How great would that be? Or if I did a Princess and the Pea tour. So you like had like a big, soft, comfortable bed and we put like something underneath there to see if I squished it. God damn, I love this idea. You know who doesn't love this idea? Anybody whose house I come to and I sleep in their beds. However, I would love the idea of being Goldilocks and going all over the place and sleeping in strange beds across the, and look, bed bug check, of course. We have to do a bed bug check. And you cannot participate in this unless you have the bed bug cocoon. Like they sell that fucking big ass mattress saran wrap that you can put on your bed. It's like a big bed condom. You know what I mean? Like a bed bug condom that you throw on your fucking mattress. So you got to do that. But other than that, man, I'll come and sleep in strange beds all over the fucking place. It's nothing new to me. Chest hair. Wait a second. Chest hair looking nice today. Hold on a second. Think so? Is it all right? All right, good. I feel good. I feel very self-conscious. I don't know if you're making fun of me. Because a second ago, I was like, oh, she actually liked my chest hair. And then I'm like, yeah, it's Liana. She's busting your balls. So it's like, but you're very nice to say so. Thank you. I don't think you were being serious at all, but I'll thank you for that anyway. Look how weird I got. I think I actually blushed. I blushed like 3 times during the podcast this week. That's fucking weird. I'm a guy who talks about a bunch of dumb shit. And this week was the first time I kind of was like, ee. In a while. I've been ee before in the show, but this is the first time in a while I've been ee. All right, 25 people, 19 likes. Do I sleep with the windows open? Sandollar, you know what? I don't. And here's why. Because I'm more worried that I'm going to get murdered in the middle of the night. Because I sleep on the ground floor, and there's my window. It doesn't go to the street, but it goes to this little tiny narrow passage. Like, all right, remember when OJ killed Nicole, and he had to jump over the fence, then he slammed into Cato's house? All right, well, that's what I basically live in. Like, my apartment building is just a giant Cato's house, and there's a wall with a gap between the Cato's house and the wall. And if you jump the fence, you would boom, and then there's my window right there. And I mean, my screens are fucking, you could totally. Now, look, I think I'd wake up and I'd totally battle somebody. But as you know, I sleep nude, I sleep naked. And then we're looking, because believe me, in my head, I've had naked fist fight, or, what I would have to do to somebody if they broke in. And like, I'm like, if they have a knife, we got a problem. If they get a gun, there's a real problem. But if it's just a dude coming in to case the joint, I'll naked fist fight the shit out of you, man. And if you get your ass beat by a naked dude and then it's fucking pin you down and fucking smash you in the face, and then you just like look it up and it's just like balls and nipples in my face. Oh, God, you're going to be furious. That's terrible. So I guess what I'm saying is don't break into my house unless you're bringing a weapon, because if you're bringing a weapon, then we got a problem because I'm fucked. But I'll still fight you. I mean, I'd still come at you. If you got a knife and I'm naked and you're in my goddamn house, you're going to get fucking, you're going to be bothered at least for 5 seconds before you gut me like a fish, but still. So no, but I will tell you this, it's not really cold here. Like the coldest it gets is like it was 48 degrees at night, which is a nice chilly fall day, but 2, 3 in the morning, but I'm still freezing. I'm still like, ugh. So I do sometimes keep the windows open, but not very often, because I'm more worried about a break-in than I am worried about being cool. But as you know, when I go on the road and I go to hotels, in the summer, I turn the air conditioning all the way down. It's 60 degrees in my fucking room, and I sleep under every blanket I can find. And in the winter, I turn the heat all the way up, and I sleep with no blankets. That's how I do things, man. I won't be happy until it's like freezing outside and hot in my room, and I open the door and a tornado forms right there in the goddamn foyer. That's exactly how I live my life. I used to drive, when I would be on the road with people who would sleep in my room with me, they would just be like, really? I go, yeah, man, just fucking crank it up, crank it down, trust me. But then you come around to my way of thinking, you do it a couple of times, you're like, yeah, this is actually pretty fucking cool. You should tuck me into the end of the stream. Hold on, where are we? Chest hair looking nice today. Reverse Patreon. I should have explained it was about 30 old white people on rocking chairs in a big circle. Very weird vibe. Which was that, Ruben? Let me go back. I don't know what you were saying. The Eagles? No. The Eagles are. Oh, the Eagles, the band, the Eagles. Oh, did you mean the band, the Eagles, dude? Oh, holy shit! I'm sorry, I'm totally lost in here, and you guys are staring at my scalp, and I don't mean to, because I'm trying to catch up with the room here. Ruben, okay, it was 30 old white people all in rocking chairs in a big circle, very weird vibe. All right, so maybe you mean the band, the Eagles, is garbage. In which case, I will disagree with you even more than I did with the football team. The football team, you know, they won a Super Bowl, whatever. The Eagles, I mean, yeah, it's old dudes, and granted, you're a young person, Ruben. That's the thing. But the Eagles, their vocals are spot on, like they can't be stopped. Now, granted, I saw them before fucking Fry bit it and everybody else, but they were amazing. I mean, when I saw them, they were so goddamn good, and their harmony's ridiculous. The voices were great, and they played every song. And the thing I really loved about the Eagles when I saw them live, behind them on the video screens, they ran these home movies of like the Eagles at Joshua Tree in 1971 with Joni Mitchell and Jackson Brown and a bunch of hippies just like having a barbecue in a bombed out school bus. Like, who the fuck thought to film that and then saved it? I saw them in like 2012. 40 years later, I'm watching video of them with Joni Mitchell eating pulled pork in the desert somewhere. I'm like, whoever had the fucking wherewithal to go, we got to film this and we got to keep it. I'm always fascinated by that. You know, I told you, I go through my house and I find old shit and I'm like, man, that's fucking cool that I found this. But those guys, they were actually documenting shit because they thought they were going to be somebody, and they were fucking right. That's the best part. Of course, that means there's got to be a million shitty bands who've got all these videos of like, dude, remember when we had that barbecue with Eben Ozen? Everybody's like, yeah, we got to find that footage. Oh, but hold on. I have to work a double shift this weekend, so I can't find it. I can't look. You know, those people exist too. But it's like that video clip of the Rush in Rush's documentary where Alex Lifeson, he's like 18 years old or 17, and he sits down and he tells his parents he wants to quit high school because he's joining a band called Rush. And his family's like, don't do this, man. This is a huge mistake. Which we all know now was not a huge mistake. But back then, yeah, it looked like a fucking huge mistake. But also, it's incredible that they filmed it, and even more incredible that they fucking saved it. And I think infinitely incredible that they threw it in a fucking documentary. They found it and went, yeah, so this is a documentary. This will be funny. When Alex quit high school to say he was going to be in this band and his family was like, you're never going to make it, man. And then all of a sudden, he's in fucking Rush. That's insane. So maybe, Ruben, maybe you hated the Eagles, the band. Unless you're talking about the Eagles with 5 30-year-old guys, or whatever, was it 5? What'd you say? 5. We should tuck you in. You said 30. It was 30 old white people. Okay, so that could be the Eagles too. That's offense, defense, and special teams pretty much. It's 33 old white people you're looking at. They're certainly playing like the Eagles, the band, in some games. But anyway, so I'm glad. Maybe I was wrong. Hello, Jeff Pipkin in Mooresville, Indiana. We're glad you're here, sir. I hope things are well in Mooresville. I don't know where that would be in regard to Goshen, which is an Indiana town that leaps to mind immediately. Because anybody can go Indianapolis. But I can talk to you about Andrews, Indiana. I can talk to you about Goshen, Indiana. I can talk to you about Terre Haute, Indiana, places I did shows and was not well received at all. But good. We're glad you're here from Mooresville. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, brother Jeff. Oh, it's the Pipkin brothers. Matt is here as well. Matt and Jeff. I'm so happy you guys are here. I literally, we've been waiting. In my head, I said to myself, I hope the Pipkin Squared show up. It's about fucking time they showed up. The Pipkin Squared from Pipkin Square in Mooresville. You're usually one giving grandmas on the $20 on the internet for live stream. I don't doubt it, Gio. Don't kid yourself. There's got to be like there's got to be grandmas who stream, right, and take their teeth out and gum a dildo and shit like that and make extra money. I mean, there has to be. Like, whenever I go, it doesn't happen all the time. Occasionally, I've been online, and then I hit the wrong button, and what the hell is this? Pornhub? Duh. I don't know how this happened. How did I get an Xtube? Click. And I immediately run away because I don't want that to happen. But when you do it and you click on that, another, like 2 more windows will open up with there's like a webcam chick. And that always is confusing because that window opens up and it's just like, you hear noise. You're like, how the, and you click on it and it's just like a live chick with like a lamp in her ass. And she's like, hi, send me some money. And then you're weird. You're like, did she see me? She just know I'm watching, right? But I didn't push a button to watch her. I accidentally pushed a button to get to Xtube and boom, there's lamp ass. And I'm like, fuck, I can't deal with this. So then I got to turn her off. But then in my mind, again, because this is how they trick you. I think of it in terms of like, she's on the bed, of course, and she's giving you a fucking gynecological show examination, whatever the fuck. She's like, here's where babies come from. No, really. And here's where they sleep when they're there. And then the fucking camera goes all the way up. And you're like, Jesus Christ. But I picture her having like a huge bank of video monitors, and somehow, even though I know it's not true, it still makes me think that she sees everybody who's looking at her. Like, it's like, and because I mean, like you guys, or that's like, I guess that's kind of when you want to look at it, it's like this. Like, if I had a huge bank of video monitors and I was like, there's Mooresville, Indiana, and the Pipkin Bros, and there's Liana and everybody else, and I did a romp room and I called you out by name. There's Tanya, the grandmother, and there's Jeremy at the bar. If I did shit like that, there's Ruben, who was early, and there's Murph. And there's Tommy Packner with his giant fiddle. Like, if I did all that kind of stuff, because I would have a video thing and I'd be able to see you fucking guys. So that's what I think of when I see those chicks. You know, they basically they're in their ass up to their elbow and they're like, hey, how you like this? And I want to, because part of me is like, first of all, I don't like it. I didn't ask to see you, so I just want to go like, click. But also in my mind, she's like, no, please don't. But she's got her arm all the way up in her ass up to the elbow, and I'm like, she's giving effort here. I mean, maybe I stick around and give her some eyeballs, but then again, she doesn't want eyeballs. She wants money. She wants gold coins and bing, bing, bing and all that shit. And I'm not giving any fucking money to that chick at all. I didn't even ask to be invited to this goddamn party, but somehow I went up on your video monitor and you can see me. It's like the old game Remote Control on MTV. Remember when they'd have Remote Control, they'd have all the videos and you had to identify it? That's what cam girls see now. Cam girls are in bed with a fucking ankle in different area codes, and they just see a fucking video bank with all you guys just sitting there staring at them and going, wow, that's great. That would be cool if I could do that with you guys, if I could actually see you. All right, so there you go. So Gio, yeah, you're giving out $20 to grandmas, and I don't fucking blame you. But there's got to be grandmas streaming, right? Just fucking out there and just some grandma showing the pink. Oh, that just seems grim. Matt, good for you laughing your ass off at Gio. I don't blame you. Gio, hit that like button, says Gio. Yeah, smash that like button for those grandmas, man. It looks like Frank Reich was more important than anybody realized, but the ceiling will always be high with Wentz. Wentz is a really good quarterback. But also, you lost Jay Ajayi. Alshon's always hurt. I could have told you that when he was in fucking Chicago. He was hurt even last year. He came back late. That's the thing is, like, last year you lost him early, you got him back late. This year he just can't stay fucking healthy. He's just a big dude. So when he gets hit in football as a receiver, you're going over the middle, you're 6'5" and 210, you're getting blasted. And it's just like, it just affects you differently than it affects other guys. Plus last year they came with the waves of pass rushers. They lost fucking free agents this year. It's football, dude. You have to hope. The good thing, like I said, you have Wentz. So if you got a quarterback, you've always got a chance. But you won a Super Bowl. I mean, that's really all you can ask for. You won a Super Bowl, and you can only hope to contend the rest of the years that he's around. Let's see. Jeremy, all right. You heard me talking about your YouTube ghost. Yes, you were mobile. Look at Jeremy in the car. Wait, you brought me in the car to the bar? Dude, I'm feeling very special now. You couldn't see. You can't quit me. That's right. I'm your Jack Twist. I'm Jeremy's Jack Twist. I can't quit you, Jack, you son of a bitch. You know what? I love Brokeback Mountain. I love that movie. It has the most devastating ending. I think that and Boys in the Hood are the two most wiped out I've ever been at the end of a fucking movie, where I like almost couldn't move. I was sobbing. It was just crazy. I don't even know fucking why. Boys in the Hood just affected me in a weird way. But Brokeback, it's just like this unbelievable love story. It's so brutal. But when he hugs that coat, you're just like, oh, or the shirt or whatever the fuck. You're like, God damn it, dude. It just hurts. So yeah, Jeremy, you can't quit me. You took me in the car all the way. I'm your Jack Twist, buddy. Marin is in the new Joker movie. I did know that. I was jealous and sad. I mean, I'm jealous and sad on the surface. In reality, I'm not like, man, I was up for that part or I'd be great in it. Bullshit. I'm fucking 4,000 area codes away from ever being in the vicinity of getting a phone call to do anything like that. I don't have agents. I'm not on anybody's radar. It's not like I was even in the running or had a chance. I'm proud of Mark. He's worked really hard. He's become, I think, a really good actor. Dude, I thought he was a good actor and Almost Famous. It's a small part, but he fucking steals it. That Lock the Gates, he was smart for using that too, by the way, to open up the fucking the show, the podcast, because you walk out of the theater, you remember that part and you remember that praise. Lock the gates on these fucks. I mean, he stole that section of the movie because that movie, that's another one that fucking wiped me out, where I just sat in the theater going, I want to watch this again. I want to watch this right now. Movies that ended and I sat in the theater and said, I want to watch this. I don't even want to leave. I want to watch this again. Like Tarantino movies, obviously. I mean, I could go name all of them except for Hateful Eight. But Almost Famous and Trainspotting. The first Trainspotting, I didn't see the second one, but the first Trainspotting, I was on the road and I was in Peoria, Illinois, maybe with my buddy Rex, or we might have been in Iowa somewhere. And Trainspotting, we were the only people in the theater, and we had a show that night. And the movie ended at 3. We saw an afternoon matinee, and I was like, "Do you think we could watch this again?" And Rex is like, "It was really good, but I don't know if I could watch it back to back." And we got a show. I'm like, "Yeah, man, because I loved the end, that fucking song, the dun 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 dun, and he basically stole their money. And he's like, yeah, man, you could say I ripped them off, but whatever. And spoiler alert, I don't mean to end the fuck and give away the end of Trainspotting, but those are the two movies I remember ended in a movie theater, Almost Famous and Trainspotting, where like, I want to watch this again. Reservoir Dogs, I left, went and made phone calls and walked across the street and watched it again. I actually watched it back to back. But I'm proud of Mark. I mean, I think Mark does a really good job. I have not seen Glow. I heard he's really good in it. And I've always liked Mark. I even as a stand-up, I liked him. I mean, fuck, one of the things I went through when I was finding my old paperwork, and it's funny, I told him about this, I think, when I did his show. There used to be a free comedy newspaper called Just for Laughs. And that's the Just for Laughs Festival was a big deal. They had it in San Francisco. They had it in Canada. Now I think it's just in Canada. But they had an interview with Mark. And one of the things he said that really affected me was he came out here to LA. He wasn't ready. He came from Boston. And he fell in with Kinnison and those dudes. And he started drinking and doing fucking drugs and hanging out with them. And he's like, I wasn't really working on my act. I was hanging out with these guys. I was in the store all the time, but I wasn't getting it done. And finally he said, look, I'm going to die. Like, I got to get the fuck out of here, man, because I'm not really doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing. And he fell in with all the fucking outlaws. So he went back to Boston. So then he gets a job at a coffee joint. And people are coming in and he goes, and I was bitter and I was angry and I was rageful, and people would come in and they'd ask for coffee. And then they'd be like, hey man, this isn't what I wanted. And in my mind, I wanted to go, fuck you, man. I used to fucking hang out with Kinnison. Like, that was his mindset. And he's like, I had to get all of that out of me and work toward becoming who I was going to be. And because do you know how hard it is to leave and go to LA, fall in with those guys, be a success and hanging out and getting high. And you could have died here, but you also could have just wound up not working hard and being another comic on the scrap heap, because people come out here and try for their dream all the fucking time. But for him to go back to Boston and then start doing stand-up and then fall in with the new guys and Louis and those dudes and then start doing it in New York. And that's a guy who knew what he had to do. I envy it. I don't have it. I need to get it. I'm 50 and I'm sitting here. Look, I'm loving talking to you guys. I love having 25 people in a stream. I'd love to have 2,500 people or 25,000 people listening to me. Not that you're not special, but it's more about me commenting on my own work ethic. And for him to have had it and then to have lost it and then to go back and work fucking hard to get it again, he deserves everything he gets. That motherfucker had the president of the United States in his garage. You can make fun of him all day for selling coffee and MeUndies or whatever the fuck he tells you to buy, but he works his ass off. And I see people all the time now, again, because this is the thing. When it started, people loved it. And they, the Mencia interview, the Robin Williams and all that stuff. I was honored to do the fucking show when I did it. I wish I hadn't pissed him off, but I've seen him since and we've gotten along great. He's been really nice. He mentioned me in an interview once. He's like, Mike Schmidt, I love that guy. And I was like, which made me happy. But also he's moved on to a different echelon. I mean, he's not us anymore. If he ever was. Because, I mean, again, when he started his podcast, he'd already been on Conan a million times. He had the show on Air America. He was essentially a star in the comedy firmament, but he hadn't crossed over. I think he's crossed over now. And doing this part in the Joker will be good for him. I'm fucking proud of him, and I'm happy because he works his ass off. And I think he does a really good job. Frank Gregg has been a great addition to Indianapolis, Jeff. You would know from Mooresville or Mooresville? I don't know. I was just talking about Mark Maron for an hour, so I seem to have lost out what your hometown is. But yeah, Frank Reich, dude. Our guy, Matt Nagy, in Chicago, everybody's like, Coach of the Year, Coach of the Year. But then all these other people are like, dude, fucking Frank Reich is the Coach of the Year in Indianapolis. You know what? I would give it to him because you guys have a lot less than we do. That defense, the opening day, your defense looked like this fucking, it looked like when you buy like a Sega game in the old days and they couldn't use the trademark from the NFL. So they just made up a bunch of names. Martin Royberg is at safety. You're like, I don't know who the fuck that is, but I hope he's good. That's what your whole defense looked like. It looked like your whole defense, like your team photo, you could have bought it in a frame store. Like if you went in and you ever buy a frame and it's got like a family in there, that was your defense for the Indianapolis Colts when the season started. But for some fucking reason, Frank Reich has that innovative offense and he's patched it together, man. And Andrew Luck being healthy and him gaming for fucking Andrew Luck's the things he can do and he can't do. Yeah, I think Reich's the Coach of the Year. It was a good get. Nobody will care about 4 minutes by the time this is done. I don't know what you're talking about, Ruben. Let me tell you something. I live my entire professional life knowing that nobody will care 4 minutes after it's done. Whether it's the podcast, whether it's the live stream, whether it's an appearance somewhere else or a live show. I know that when I walk off stage, no one cares 4 minutes after it's done. What on earth do you need a printer for? Well, all right. I agree with you in the abstract. It's that same thing where, like, people think, because I know a guy who has 2 landlines in his house. He just got them. He just got a second landline. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I mean, who the fuck uses a phone anymore? I was at a listener named Michelle was here yesterday, and we went out to dinner. And then I dropped her off in her hotel, and I pointed at the table. I go, what's that? She goes, that's a phone. I go, yeah, I know. What's that? And she just laughed because it was, and she had two in her room. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So so a printer, because occasionally with my tax stuff, I have to print out with Lyft and Uber, they send me everything electronically. They don't send me like a W-2 or any of that stuff. All that stuff I have to print it. Okay. And then not only do I have to print it, I got to scan it and send it to my accountant because he's like 60 miles away from me. Honestly, Danny, you're on your way to Anaheim, say it to my accountant for me. He's down there. So that's why I need a printer. I need a printer and a scanner, mainly because of tax stuff. If stuff comes up and I have to use it. And also, when I did the one man, look, I'm not doing anything now, but when I did the one man, I had to print out a script because I needed it to read. I mean, I'll show you this. This is something I do like before the show now. Like I have this, okay, where I'll just kind of handwrite a bunch of stuff to notes. So if I'm talking, and look, do I use it? Not really, but it helps me mentally before the show to go, bring, 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 bring. These are things you might need to touch on. And occasionally if I'm talking, I'll glance over, but very rarely. But when I was doing the live show, like there was a guy named Dave Williams, and he was one of the main reasons I even did the fucking Success Is Not an Option tour. Dave transcribed a show of mine, and he literally, like, not a podcast, he transcribed a live show, and then he sent it to me like on a PDF. And it was, so the 7-Eleven story is like 20 pages long. So it helps to have it, and I can see how I did it, and I can look at it and know the beats. And so if I would print it out and bring it with me on the road. Now, I printed it out once, not like I printed it out every time I did a fucking show, but I would bring it, and then, that day of the show, I would go through and refresh myself by looking at stuff, beats I'd hit in a different city, and how they worked. So for me to print out stand-up stuff and scripts, hopefully, eventually, if I do get back on the road, if I transcribe stories and stuff, that's why I need a printer. And that's why I need it's mainly business, like I said, tax stuff and all that. And the printer was $100. You know what I mean? I know you're like, oh my God, $100, you could use that for something else. Yeah, probably. But my old printer, which because again, I had that old printer for 21 years. And it started to make this really fucking, like this loud grinding fucking noise. And also it was an inkjet printer. And it didn't work with my laptop. I couldn't plug it into my laptop. So if I had to print something, I had to, because my desktop now, when I switched the whole house around, my desktop's in the bedroom, but it's not plugged in. And also I can't update it, whatever the fuck, it's woefully inadequate. So I wanted to have a printer that I could print from my laptop and from my phone. So I can just wirelessly, if I want to print something, I can. And it makes sense. So that's why. There you go. Nobody's going to care. What on earth do you need a printer for? There's Liana telling me about Fantastic Beasts. I'll be honest with you, Liana. Don't yell at me, although you probably know this. You were gracious enough to give me the entire Harry Potter series DVDs, and I still have them. They are still in the cellophane. I have not opened them, and I have not watched them. Now, are they on the list? Certainly they're on the list, and I have to watch them. Every time, like when I was doing stuff and arranging my new house and the rebirth, and I found them, I'm like, fuck, I got to watch these, if anything, just to make Liana happy. Like, it's not even where it's like, I've got to see these. It's, you were very nice, and you were, lovely enough to give me a gift. I should use it. So I will watch them. I don't know anything about Fantastic. And I'm not skipping this. Charles Hudspeth gave me a nice gift. Thank you. You can't wait for Twitch. Charles Hudspeth, everybody, is the guy who recommended we do the Christmas live stream, which I'll talk about a little later. If you haven't heard the podcast yet, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, so I'll cover it a little bit later here. But thank you, Chuck, for sending dough. That's nice. You don't have to do that. That's super cool of you. Liana, Fantastic Beasts. So that's why I have not seen Fantastic Beasts and Grundlewild, wherever the fuck it is. But it's all going to be because you know me, I got to watch them in order. So I still got to watch when Harry was an infant, and then they gave him his first wand. When he got his wand cut, when they circumcised his wand, I got to watch that first episode, and then we're off to the races. Eventually, I'll get to Fantastic Beasts. TaskRabbit, you wanted them to come and hook up my stuff. Yeah, I don't. TaskRabbit's weird. Like I would hire somebody to do grunt work. And I know Pat does it too, which is great, or people I know who've used it. But to get somebody to come in here and go in my computer, I felt weird enough about this guy yesterday coming in and doing it. I don't think I want some guy from TaskRabbit to come in and IT my computer and then take a picture of my cock home with him, which seems weird. He might not, although he might print it on my new printer. Hey, you know what? I should try that with my new printer. I can go ahead and print still frames of my cock. Yay! And I can frame it. Oh, it's lovely. All right, so there you go. And Overlord was a movie that I watched. Hold on. I'm sorry. Everything's getting skipped here. Oh my God, I'm way behind. I'm so far behind. Overlord is a movie I went to see the other day. Pat Francis texted me and said it was the best movie he'd seen all year. Pat Francis and I don't really agree on movies a lot these days. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't want to give too much away because it's a thing where there's a twist in this movie. If you see the trailer, you kind of know what the twist is. But if you don't know anything about it and you just go in blind, it's a war movie. It's a war movie about the invasion of Normandy. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you want to know more, you want me to spoil stuff, write me or call me or whatever the fuck, and I'll tell you. Or if you want me to spoil it here, everybody can. It's got to be a consensus, though. I don't want someone going, dude, we passed more likes than people. So if you want me to spoil it, I will. I will tell you that the actors are really good. There's a guy in this movie, and I kept watching. I'm going, man, this guy's good, and also he's like really good looking. Like, who the fuck is this guy? I recognize him, but I don't know him. So the movie goes on, and then there's a scene, and I see him, and I go, they get kind of a close up on his face. And I go, Jesus Christ, this guy looks like Kurt Russell. That's exactly who he looks like. So the movie ends and I see the credits. His name is Wyatt Russell. It's Kurt and Goldie's kid. Dudes, Pat texted me the next day. He's like, did you see Overlord? I said, I did. He goes, Wyatt Russell should be the new Snake Plissken. And I wrote him, brace yourself. I didn't even know Wyatt Russell existed. I didn't know they had a kid. I didn't know he was an actor. I knew nothing of this guy. I didn't know he was around. So when I saw his face up in my head, I was like, man, that guy really looks like Kurt Russell. And then I saw his name in the credits. I laughed out loud. I was like, oh, no way. And because he looks just like Kurt. It's fucking amazing. And he's really good in this movie. He does a really good job. So, but it's a war movie. That's all I'll tell you. I don't want to spoil stuff, but it was a movie that kind of came out of left field. It's it's a J.J. Abrams movie, so you didn't really know too much about it until you went and saw it. The trailer gives away too much, in my opinion. I mean, if I didn't know the stuff I knew, and the trailer doesn't give away a lot. But it gives away enough to where you kind of have a general idea of where it's going if you're a thinking person. And that's another thing. So Pat didn't know anything about it. Pat's the guy who sees 4 movies a week and just goes, well, I'll take a shot at this. I like J.J. Abrams. Me, I knew kind of what was coming. So I kind of spent the movie waiting for it to happen. And that's not good. You just want to watch a movie and enjoy it. But the whole time I'm like, all right, well, I know what this is, but when's the rest? That kind of deal. So, I mean, but I would recommend you see Overlord. I don't know. I mean, it might be a matinee. I don't know if you pay full price for it, but I'll tell you what, it's really gory. It's really bloody. It's really violent, and it's fun. It's totally fun. But yeah, it's a war movie. You should see it. 91 miles to LA. Oh, Danny, are you on? So you're on your way home? You've already picked up video games. You're on your way home. You better have gone to Portillo's. I'm going to be furious at you. Chuck Hudspeth, that had laughing when Mike said on the podcast. Yeah, Chuck. There you go, Chuck Hudspeth. That's right, baby. Knock it down. Maybe, you know what? Maybe when I do a stream for Christmas, Chuck, you can be here and you could chug. We could have a chugging contest. Chug Hudspeth versus Mike Chug Schmidt, who used to be able to chug a million years ago, but not sure if I can anymore because I'm old. And I don't. And look, I don't need to prove myself. I'm the old gunslinger. I'm the guy who fuck yawn. Damn it. I'm the guy who, in the old days I would chug and fucking bury people, but now I'm sure there's young guns. But that was the thing. Here's the thing. When I would get in a chug contest when I was a kid, I wouldn't spill a fucking drop. Like I would, at the end of it, I was clean. Another guy would have beer all down his shirt. I'm like, well, you didn't chug it. You're wearing half that fucking thing, man. I swallowed every goddamn drop of that beer. I win. But I hated doing it because I hated the taste of beer, but I would do it to win money or prove a point. Because God knows that's how you prove a point. You chug some motherfucker under the table. Chug Hudspeth. Seahawks, 17-14. You're goddamn right. Take that, fucking Aaron Rodgers. Is he bouncing? I don't know, Brett. Brett, you're here. Slept in a bathtub once because my entire family was snoring in the hotel room. Matt, that's good. I will tell you this. Last year, I was spring training in March. I went with a bunch of my friends, 25 to 25. Dude, look at a Zager and Evans right now. 25 likes, 25 people. In the likes and the people, 25. Is he bouncing? I'm not sure what that is, Brett. You might have to explain that if you will. Matt slept in a bathtub once because his family was storing in the hotel room. Last March, Max and I were in the living room, and our buddy Eric, who I won't say his full name, but Eric E-Man, who I went to high school with, he was in the living room, and I don't know how his family hasn't murdered him. Maybe they have. Maybe they had a blanket party like Private Pile, and his family just put fucking soap in bathtubs because we wanted to do it. He was on the couch and he was a jet engine. I mean, it was crazy. the three worst snorers I've ever experienced in my life were E-Man in Arizona, my buddy Ken in Toronto, because we split the room last time I was there, and I mean he has like I never knew what a CPAP. I mean I know what it is, but I was like, oh, I wonder why you would need that. Now I know why you need it. Ken would stop breathing. I would literally hear him stop breathing, and then he would just be like this fucking. I can't even do it. It'll hurt my throat, honestly, if I try to imitate him, because it just came out of nowhere. And then he fell asleep in the afternoon once. Then we woke up because we were going to go to the show that night. And I said to him, "Hey, do you know that you stop breathing? Like you literally?" He's like, "Yeah, I know." He goes, "I should get one of those things. I should go." He needs a surgery. Like he doesn't even need a fucking scuba suit. He needs a fucking surgery. I'm like, you got to get it done, Ken. I go, because literally, you stop breathing. You stop breathing for like 5-6 seconds, and then all of a sudden you just like make this loud fucking noise. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm putting it off. I'll get it. I'm like, how do you put off the thing where you're not breathing? You're gonna wind up fucking dead. But he's a tough guy. Hopefully he pulls it out. And then literally the worst snoring person I've ever met in my life, I've ever experienced ever, was a guy named Trip. When I was not little, I was 25. When I moved back to Chicago in '93. And this is when I lived in the apartment with my three brothers, me, Lenny, Glenn, and Andy, or me, Lenny, Andy, and Scott. Scott had a buddy named Trip. This is the apartment where I threw the cat at Scott. Okay, so it's that one. It's that time period. Scott had a buddy named Trip who would come and stay over. Now, Scott, because it was Scott had the apartment first. He was in the bedroom. And Andy would sleep in the bedroom too because they had single beds or whatever, double beds in there, which was great when Scott would bring his girlfriend over. And I have to hear him railing her in the other room. So I talked about that on the podcast once, I think, too. But I would sleep in the living room, and then he would have Trip stay up. We'd play fucking Sega till 5 a.m, and then Trip would crash. And I'd be on the couch, and Trip would be on the floor. And he made a noise. It sounded like someone threw a stuck firing machine gun into a jet engine. I mean, it was... I can't describe it. I would literally look, if there was anybody over at my house, we would look at each other like, we gotta hurt him. Like we gotta hit him or wake him up or throw water in his face or his mouth. I mean, it was because he didn't stop breathing. He was just the loudest fucking noise I ever heard. Like it was, you ever rip open a box and it's like kind of that corrugated top and it goes like a zip tie almost? Imagine that, but at like ear splitting levels. It was fucking crazy. And we hated it. And I would tell Scott, I go, look, Trip can't sleep here unless he sleeps in the room with you because and he's like, well, I can even hear him through the wall. I'm like, great. How the fuck do you think it is out here? I mean, I'm waiting to get sucked down his throat with the fucking intake. I mean, it's fucking bad. It's got to be like, well, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, well, put him in your fucking room, dude. I have to sleep in the living room. And he's like, well, Trip can't sleep in my room. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't care. You got to figure it out. And then, of course, I threw Trip at him. I picked him up. Trip was a big dude. I didn't throw Trip. But yeah, so that snoring is fucking brutal. So good for you that you have a bathtub to retire to, and bad for you that it's your family. But you can't go ahead and yell at them. But I mean, I've had the converse too, where people are snoring so fucking bad, dude. Liana, that compliment on my chest hair. All right, go do that. I'll show it to you. Thank you. My skin is pinky flesh tone now. Back to okay. Gio, you're gonna have to fly here and set up the lighting or whatever, because this is just the way it is. I mean, unless I buy a fucking thing to cover an umbrella, I don't know. I have lights, and the lights are where they are. And then this is kind of where I'm going to be streaming from. Is this going to fuck up Twitch? Like, do I have to fucking cancel Twitch now because I'm going to look terrible? I hope not. I mean, if anybody's going to, look, I'm sure that chat room will be people going, hey, you're fat and old. And now they can go, well, you're washed out too. I'm like, great. You didn't like me before. Now at least my flesh is a weird color. Let's see. At the feet of the grapevine, Mike. Yes, that's referencing something that I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm way behind here, Danny. Oh, you're driving. You're at the feet of the grapevine. I apologize. Good for you. All right. Well, be careful out there. I'm sure there's a fire somewhere. It's fucking California. Any direction you go to, you drive 10 miles, there's a goddamn blaze. It's fucking weird. Hope I haven't been affected by any of the fires. So look at Matt coming through with that. I didn't even see that, buddy. I have not been affected like physically. There's no fire at my house or anything, but there is ash in the air as always. There's ash on my car. And then when you walk outside, it's just like breathing in a fucking a campfire. I mean, it smells like a campfire. And certainly it's more intense the closer you get to places. But even me, who's 20 miles east of the fires, the big fire, you still walk outside and you smell it. Like once it gets on the wind and it floats down by you, you're just like, Jesus Christ, man. So affected, no, but do I notice it? Absolutely. And now it's just, there's The one in Malibu was bad. Like when I Ubered over the weekend, I had a couple people like go toward the fires, and in my head I was like, well, these motherfuckers better not be going anywhere in because I'm not taking them to the fires. So I would ask them, I go, how far in are we? And they'd be like, oh no, we're fine. And so luckily it wasn't even close, really. But in your fucking head, you're like, I don't. Because some numbskull's going to be like, yeah, man, just Uber me up to my cabin. I'm going to die. All right, good. That's a fine plan. Nobody needs a producer for light switches. Are you insane? Mike lives like Peg Bundy if she drove 89 Uber 2-3 days a week. All right. I guess I don't know if that's nice or not. It's probably mean what you just said about me. I wish you wouldn't be mean to me because that hurts. I'm teasing. I don't give a fuck. No, man, I don't know. Again, I don't know how to put because again, look, I'm the talent. All right, let's go ahead and cover this. I'm the talent. So when I do this is the part I do. You and me, bang. But as far as this and that and the fucking switch and everything else, I don't know how to fucking do that. I don't know how to fucking hook this up. I can plug shit into holes and stuff. But as far as shading, you know what I mean? Believe me, again, I wish I could do this or whatever and you could see my face better. That would be great. But I don't have a cover on those lights. It just happens to be directly above me. So yeah, I guess I am insane for thinking I don't think I need a producer. I want one. I want somebody to do all this fucking work. I don't want to do this shit, figuring out angles and all this kind of stuff. I got a green space and I got a computer and a camera. I got all the shit I was supposed to buy. Why am I not magically on Twitch already, Gio? You promised! Packers up. God damn it. I was happy for a second. But maybe Aaron Jones scored. The rocking chairs were at the Hee Haw reunion. Oh, all right. You were talking about the football team. Ruben, I can't keep up, man. I'm trying to talk to everybody in the chat room. So then I'm talking about the Eagles on tour. See how silly is that? I'm going to take a sip. Let's all take a breath. Let's all take a sip of water and apologize. By the way, Matt, the fire's affecting me. My lips are completely fucking dry, like to the point where they're cracking. So I got to put and I don't like putting Carmex on my lips during the day. I don't like lip balm. All right. I don't like that fucking chapsticky bullshit. I like the stuff you put on your finger and you fucking douse it. So you're like your mouth. I want a 70s glistening porn star mouth. That's what I want. So I sleep slathered in Carmex. Like I just cover if I'm alone. If I'm with somebody, I don't do it. But I don't even know why the fuck I'm pointing that out. The point is, by myself, I cover I just fucking bury my lips in Carmex because all night long, then because if it's dry air, they're not going to fuck me up. But during the day now, I'm finding I should be putting Carmex on because my lips are cracking and chapped because everything is so dry from these fires and stuff. But I don't want to put Carmex on because it gets in your mouth and then you're tasting Carmex like all fucking day, and I hate that. And also, I drink water constantly, so I have to pour it in my mouth rather than drink it. You know what I mean? Because I got to avoid the Carmex. And then, look, I just want to drink a sip of water. I want to turn into a fucking circus trick where instead of like this, you have to go like that and pour water in. And then it's like, because there's Carmex. And then if it even hits some of the Carmex, then they get that taste gets in your mouth and it's fucked. So that's another way that the fires are physically affecting me. Those usually fake live cams. Yeah, usually. Not here, man. I don't fake anything for these people. Geo knows, says Jason. Those little musicians get inside of the box that makes sounds. Caveman Mike, boy, you think I am a fucking idiot. I'm not. I'm just not a savant like you. I know how shit works. I know cameras send pictures and laptops transmit them and all this shit. And people type there and it comes out here. I get all that shit. But I'm old, man. Again, you're young. You're in the prime of your life. You've got 19 monitors and 14 Venom statues in your whole fucking life. And you can build me a Raspberry Pi. Truly, Raspberry Pi sounds like half a Prince song and half a dessert. And I know that's hacked, but that's exactly what it sounds like to me. But you're going to send it to me and I'm supposed to play games on it. Good. I'm excited. But I'm also old. I wasn't a gamer when gaming was cool. I gamed to play Madden with my brothers. I don't fucking know a thing about it. So now the very fact that I got to play Bubble Fight or Bobble Balloon or whatever the fuck, I got to play Castlevania and all that shit, it's going to be fine. But I'm excited to do it, but I don't know the first fucking thing about it. Cam girls are the architect from the Matrix. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that. It's the Merovingian. I know about the Merovingian, and now he's got all those girls running cams. Oh, you're still talking about the cams. That's how it is. Gio, a lot of the stuff I do here is for jokes. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I know that girl can't see me. I know it's fake. I know it's not real. We're having fun. Ugh. All right. Streaming Grandmas is available, says Casey. You should get a hop on it. I'm going to sneeze, and I apologize. I actually sneezed during the show this week and had to cut it out. Sorry about that. It's another thing. Dust in the air and ash. It's got me sneezing. It's got me sneezing. Bing, ding, 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 ding. Roy Clark wrote a song. There's a car, War, over Dar. You remember that? That was from fucking Sesame Street, I think, or Electric Company. There's a car. No, it might have been Zoom. There's a car, War, over Dar. There's a car, War, over Dar. So now when you say he brought me to the bar in a car he listened to from afar, I say, I counter with a Zoom thing. Marin was in my same spot in 2009. Yes, but he was 9 years younger. So there you go. Go by streaming grandmas, Gio. Quit telling me I'm bad at this and I don't understand the internet. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, I just got jumped up. Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm way behind, guys. I do apologize. Cam Girls, streaming grandmas, Marin, Gio. Marin season 4 was strong. Marin was a great series. I did not see one episode of the Marin series. And you know what's funny? I'm always like, oh man, I don't have Netflix, or oh man, I didn't have HBO. Oh, I had Independent Film Channel. I just never watched Marin. I didn't. I should have. Because my friends Dave and fucking Andy worked on it, so I'm like, oh, I should have checked this out, and it would have been good. And I heard good things about it, but I did not watch it, and that's to my regret. I should have seen it, but hopefully I'll be able to find it down the line on Zoot or Path or Hulu or whatever fucking thing I gotta buy going forward to watch things. Nobody will care about the 4 minutes you were early, not that nobody will care about the show. Oh, Ruben, I see. There you go. Nobody cares about the 4 minutes. See, this is the weird thing. I apologize. It's my fault because I get bogged down and I talk in circles and I forget what we're talking about. So, Ruben, you were talking about the Eagles football team. You're talking about nobody cares about that 4 minutes. I understand now. I get that. That's totally fine. Wait, Colomona Meyer, I didn't even know you liked me anymore. You used to like me a million years ago, and I think you disappeared from Facebook, whatever the fuck, but now you're here? Good. I'm glad to see you. Thank you. I'm loving this format. I hope I can tune in more often. Thank you for putting yourself out there for us. Hey, I say Colomona. I hope I'm saying it properly. Let me tell you, you've been around from the beginning, and I used to see you quite a bit pop up on Facebook, and then kind of you didn't. And it wasn't like, look, I'm not going to lie to you. Don't get a fucking big head. I wasn't like, oh my God, where's Colomona? Like, I mean, that didn't happen. But you would pop up in my feed, and I'd go, oh, cool, I like Colomona. You've been around from the beginning. But now, seeing your name is like this blast from the past, and it's totally cool to know that you're still around. So thank you for supporting me for so long, because that's how this format came about. If nobody fucking cared, I couldn't do this. If I didn't have 20 people, a second ago we were at 30. This is not good. People are bailing on me. Colomona, you could even be gone at this point. But I want to say thank you for jumping in, because again, you were there from the beginning. And if it wasn't for you talking and listening to me, way back then, I wouldn't be doing this now, because I would have realized nobody fucking cared. But the truth is, you care and everybody cares. So Colomona, thank you, man. I'm glad you showed up. Sigh, says Liana. That's probably about me not watching your movies. I apologize. I'll watch them, I promise. I swear to you I will. There is no DVD rot. It was 7 years ago. I know. It was a birthday gift, and you were very, very nice to give to me in 2011 on my birthday, and that was really cool. The Fantastic Beasts movies are prequels, so I wouldn't really be out of order. All right, so if I watch Fantastic Beasts, all right, so now this fucks me up. Do I have to watch Fantastic Beasts before Harry Potter? Or are there in-jokes to things that haven't happened yet that happened in Harry Potter, and like a wink, wink, aha, remember this is going to happen later, like that kind of thing? You tell me how I have to enjoy these movies, because you are my go-to Sherpa for Harry Potter and his wand. Hopefully turn into Black Mold by the time he opens them and then he dies. All right, Gio, you're just fucking full of cheer today, buddy. You're telling me how stupid I am. I don't know how to work light switches, and thinking that I'm a rockhead who thinks that fucking cam girls are real, and when they come up in an ad, and now you want me to die from black mold. Good for you. You were my guy. Every day, every show, I tell people to listen to your fucking show and go to the YouTube thing and talk about how the hard work that you do for me, and then you come in and just and take me out right at the fucking knees, man. What a drag. I thought we were on the same page, but I don't know. Maybe you got a different book. I have no idea. That would be the last live stream. Yes, it would, Jason. Mandy is greater than Overlord. Matt, it's funny. You know how I feel about Mandy. I loved it. And I threw it out there, and I did that show talking about Mandy. And Gio was super cool. He's like, dude, this is a great show, man. You should more people should hear you talk about Mandy. And people from the show were like, hey, I watched Mandy. I'm like, awesome. What'd you think? And then nothing, no answers. Like stuff like, well, I like movies. Hey, I liked Mandy. What'd you think? Oh, it's certainly a film, like that kind of thing, where I think I might have oversold it. Now, look, I warned people. This is how I felt about it. I wasn't telling you would like it, because it is a fucking out there movie, man. It's one of those movies where you got to really be ready for it. So I kind of tried to brace people and go, hey, look, this is the thing to watch, and here's how you're going to feel about it. But I loved it. So I wanted to try to get that across, and maybe I didn't. Because it's not, I mean, I'm trying to get my mom to watch it. I'm like, because my mom likes fucking weird shit. So I'm like, Ma, you got to watch this. You would actually dig this. And I don't know if she's taken the leap yet. because she still literally has 4,000 hours of How to Catch a Killer on her fucking thing or whatever. She watches all those murder shows. And my mom would DVR QVC. I'm not joking. Like to see rings you could have bought. I mean, I don't get it, but that my mom would do it, and good for her. I love her. She's in Florida, and anything that keeps you dry in a hurricane, good for you, Mom. Mandy is greater than Overlord. Geo spoils Overlord then in his comment there, where everyone knows it's something. All right, Mike. Everyone knows about. I'm going to ask legitimately here. Do you think I'm stupid? Like, do you not? I mean, you're like savaging everything I say, which is fine, I guess. And this is weird, I guess, to have this conversation with a room full of people, because we text and you're cool and it seems like you like, but now you're kind of shitting on everything I fucking say. Like, I'm wrong about everything, and I don't mean to be wrong about everything. I mean, again, I'm an out of touch 50-year-old fucking guy who lives in an apartment. I don't know every fucking media thing. I used to try to stay on top of shit, and then I got buried. I unfortunately I spiraled off into politics and all these other fucking things, but again, I don't think cam girls are fucking real in those ads. I didn't know about Wyatt Russell because I didn't read about him. I haven't even seen the 7 Harry Potter DVDs that I got, which you hope kill me. It seems odd to me. This seems aggressive, but maybe I could be wrong. And this is weird to put on a live stream, I know, but every time I scroll down, it's like another thing. Mike, everyone knows that. Mike, everyone knows this. It's like, okay, I was trying to not spoil stuff because I thought people would want to see it. Because honestly, if I didn't know it was that and I saw the movie like Pat did, I would have enjoyed it that much more. I would have been like, holy shit, then you took a historical thing and you blended it with like supernatural stuff. That's fucking awesome. But I didn't know that. If I didn't know that going in, I would have loved it. But I knew it. So the whole movie, I'm going, all right, this is all the war stuff. When's the other stuff start? Where Pat went in clean and he fucking loved it. So that's why I didn't want to spoil it. But I mean, I guess everybody knew that's what it was. I didn't know that. I apologize. Again, I don't look. Oh, all right. Jason's like, not everyone. All right, good. Liana thought it was a sci-fi movie. It is J.J. Abrams. I think I did see a trailer for it. Yeah. Oh, you're just getting to the top of the grapevine. Oh, Danny, fuck that. That's a bad drive. You don't want to be on the grapevine. That is a terrible, terrible drive. I'm not going to lie to you. That is so good for you, and stay safe. And you've got a trunk full of fucking Space Invaders, right? Didn't you say you're picking up video games? Oh, dudes. Let's talk about video games for just a second, because I'm doing Twitch, all that other bullshit. Dude, I saw there's a website called bubblehockey.com. This is for my Canadian friends. If you guys are listening, Ken or Tanya or anybody else who was up there, Brogy. When we went to, there was a diner up there and we went to play bubble hockey, which I used to call rod hockey. Okay. And it's just it's a big game, like a standalone game in a bar. And you shoot, it's hockey. You're shooting pucks and stuff. It's fucking amazing. Bubblehockey.com will make you custom machines. And it has a licensing deal with the NHL. So like you can have the Blackhawks be your home team and they can play, they get all the fucking NHL teams plus the Nordique and the Whalers. So I mean, it's $3,500 or $4,000, but if you had that kind of money to throw away, it's beautiful. I mean, you can get a black or a red base, you can get a coin door or not, and then you can get the logo at center ice of your favorite team. You can put them in whatever uniform you want to put them in, the red or the white for the Hawks. And I built it. I built like a dream machine where I was like the fucking Hawks in white and they're playing the Whalers in green, center ice, the big Black Hawk. I mean, it was gorgeous. Go to bubblehockey.com and just put together the combination. So you can look at the fucking uniforms and stuff when you match them up. That Nordiques and Whalers, just that edition is fucking huge. Those teams are fucking phenomenal. I wish they would do throwback uniforms like the fucking Kings in the purple and all that kind of stuff. Dude, old school fucking uniforms from the 80s. And those were badass. Those uniforms are great. There's plenty of good uniforms now, but 80s uniforms, like the Phillies, the powder blues that they would wear on the road, it's the best uniform in baseball. It's the best uniform in baseball for my money. I know the Yankees pinstripes, fucking legendary, all that bullshit, but dude, the fucking Phillies powder blues, they started wearing them this year as throwbacks. I was like, I don't want them to ever lose in these uniforms. I wanted them to make the playoffs just so they could wear those fucking uniforms. They're badass. All right. Probably have seen that movie by the time Mike is this part of the chat. Oh, Jason, why you motherfucker? I see what you're doing. Ken snores. Johnny Floor, good to see you. I don't know if you're still here. You could have been here because I'm way behind in this chat. But we're glad that you're here, Johnny Floor. Johnny Floor, if you don't know who Johnny Floor is a guy who's come and seen me in like 25 different cities. And here's the thing. He doesn't really want to see me. He just wants to eat all of the cuisine of these native cities, all of the native cuisine of these cities. He wants to sit down. He took me to Buffalo to the airport. We had a fucking beef on weck and we knocked that down. It was delicious. He came to Boston with me. That was one of my favorite meals. He and I went out after Boston. We went to some bar. and just had a fucking great time. And then he picked me up to drive me the next day, and he brought me sandwiches from this place that I wanted to try. Johnny Floor is the fucking greatest guy in the business. So I'm glad you stopped in, Johnny. And Ken does snore like a motherfucker. John, and here's the thing, John knows that. He's never even slept anywhere near Ken. He's just in Canada, and he fucking heard it. That's how bad it is. Ken goes to bed in Kitchener. No matter where John is, north of the border in America's Hat, he goes, oh, yeah, Ken's in bed. I mean, because you can just fucking totally hear him snoring. Hi, John. Jimmy O. Oh, there's a fantasy update that I needed. Aaron Jones has 23 points in the first half. Fish Hitler dominating like kings once again this week. You don't want any of me. Who the fuck wants to step up to Fish Hitler? Get ready. That's right. Nobody wants to take me on. I see. Well, Jimmy O is the guy who owns the other team. Jimmy O owns the team with Mahomes and James Conner and everybody. And I told you, I do not want to play him in the playoffs, man. I want to buy, and then in the next round, I want to play somebody different. I can't play him until the championship game. Championship game is fine because then I'm going to make money. But I don't want to lose in the semifinals to Jimmy O, so I can't play him. So I have to score a bunch of points and win this week. You don't need to fly out and adjust a light bulb. All right. You're true. Gio, you're right. I don't. Let's see. Did I watch Jason, did you watch Black Mirror or 22 Jump Street? That's where Wyatt Russell is from. That's because I went and Googled him and I found his IMDb page. I've never seen Black Mirror. I didn't watch 22 Jump Street, so I didn't know Wyatt Russell existed. I have which episode and that too. Hold on, I'm scrolling up because I'm way behind. You're reading comments on delay, no context. You're exactly right. Yeah, again, another thing I'm doing wrong. He's in the VR episode of the house, the Star Trek similar one. It's figured out. You have everything right. You don't need a producer. They literally only hold your hand and attaboy you. Yeah, you're right. God forbid I have somebody who likes what I do and tells me I'm good at it. You know, I've already betrayed myself as a fucking pussy who needs that. And you're right to call me out on it, certainly. Let's see. The guy trying to steal the tech. Oh, that's a Black Mirror discussion, which I haven't seen yet. Still no TV. You know what, Paulie? Because I can watch sports via the web. And I don't want to say any more about it, but I have ways. I'm sure Gio's going to call me out and call me a dick for not saying it and spoil it. I have a streaming site where I can watch all the sports. So that's kind of all I need. You know what I mean? If I can watch sports, that's great. And then I read the net. I get a lot of news and stuff from there, because I don't need it. And when I had my TV, all I watched was fucking Food Network. You know what I mean? I watched Food Network and the stuff I liked, it was great. But I don't really miss it. I'm mad I missed like the Halloween. Let's put it this way. I'm mad in theory that I'm missing Chopped, and I'm mad that I missed the fucking Ultimate Halloween Challenge and stuff that I've been watching. But I don't need to watch that shit. In fact, it would be probably better if I went and wrote. But I will tell you this though, I'm not being productive. It's not like I don't have TV, so I'm like, yay, I'm writing a million things. No, I'm finding different ways to waste my life. But I've talked about it many times. Pat and Kyle are gonna come over here and we're gonna fix the TV. And once I get the TV, the cords, the fucking all the shit squared away that I need to get squared away, then I will get Netflix and start. The first thing I'm diving in is Daredevil, and then The Punisher, and then all these different things. So I'm excited to do those things. It's just a matter of when. All right, starting to get ready for bed. As always, looking forward to catching the rest tomorrow. Have a good night, Mike, fellow jokers. We care. Everyone cares and cares, not in a coma. Good night, Matt. Hi to Jenny. Glad you're getting a new car, and thank you for going and giving us some money there. It was really nice of you to go ahead and pitch in some cash. Thank you. I do appreciate it very much. You take your payment in ball busting. You're paying it back double today. Not really in the first one. The second one looks like it'll get closer to that arena. Grindelwald and Dumbledore's relationship comes into play heavily in the last 2 or 3 books. Okay. I will say hello to you, Jitu Prasad Sarma. I'm behind in the chat room, but I hope you stayed. But hello to you, Jitu. I'm gonna say it's G2 Prasad Sarma. Say me hello. Hello, sir. Oh man, we're down to 18 people. G2, you could have left. You probably left, and I don't blame you. But I've said your name now. I've probably ruined it 4 different times. But I wanted to say hello to you. Thank you for coming. All right, Liana, thank you. They would all stand on their own. Also, a lot of the Grindelwald portion of the stories were left out of the movies. That part got pretty heavy. So the movies, that part got pretty heavy. So the movies didn't get too deep into it. Okay, so. All right, so I can watch Harry Potter first and then watch Fantastic Beasts later. I don't have to watch Fantastic Beasts before Harry Potter. I don't know how it works. I'm a weird person. Gio says, I'm acting horribly. All right. All right. I'm acting horribly. I apologize for acting horribly. Didn't know that before he said that. It's in one trailer. Again, I don't have television, so I only saw the one trailer, and it didn't show what it was. I knew there was something mystical going on because I saw somebody get dragged into a room. It doesn't fucking matter. I think text me. I'll have this conversation with you over the phone. Okay. You are pretty clueless. You and me both, Liana. Overlord sounds awesome. Thanks. I liked it. But again, it was really fun. Like I said, it's a war movie set in Normandy, and then stuff happens. But you know now already what happens. Someone gave me a thumbs down. It might have been G2 because I didn't say his name in order. It might have been him, and I don't blame him. If I didn't get to his name, I don't blame him. All right, the new season of Daredevil is great. I like Kingpin. I'm almost caught up. Skipping comments now. I am now caught up to the end. And I think that's probably a good place to end this, I would imagine, since I've caught up to the comments and talked about all the things I needed to talk about. So awesome. Thank you for everybody for jumping into the live stream here. Because we've lost people. Wait, there's Stephen Edwards looking forward to the Good Omens series. I don't know what that is. But I'll look it up. Now I will Google it because I have to be on top of everything and figure out what's going on. But yeah, so thank you guys for jumping in here. We'll get you behind again. It's fine. I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up now, man. I'm mad now. I hope I didn't lose G2 Prasad Sarma because he asked me to say hello to him, and that's really all he needed. And then, of course, I got a fucking thumbs down. Oh, Danny Valerial's in the Santa Clarita Valley. I know exactly where that is, buddy. I actually wound up. I drove people out there just the other day, as a matter of fact, when I was Ubering over the weekend. I went up all over the place. Oh my God, how great would that be? Some grape nuts talk. God, we definitely need some grape nuts talk, buddy. Somebody, who was it who just said something about grape? Oh, I was talking to somebody, and we were talking about having money or not. Oh, it was Michelle yesterday. And she was like, yeah, man, because I was talking about, because we went out to eat, and I was like, it's funny to order food and you wind up spending money. But when I was a kid, this would be like a week's worth of groceries wherever we went. We're splitting it, whatever. And she's like, yeah, I was the same way. I had a big family. And then near the end of the week, you'd be pulling those grape nuts from 40 years ago out of the back and eating those for breakfast because there was no cereal left and shopping was Saturday or Sunday. So I had grape nuts talking my week already, Ruben, as a matter of fact. Liana, and then Liana and Matt come right after you with the grape nuts. So what's funny is Ruben asked me about grape nuts. It was coming out of the blue a couple of weeks ago. And also, Ruben, I'll ask you this. Well, no, I'm not going to ask you. I already wrote you about Cameo. Because I did a cameo, but I didn't think it was for you because your name wasn't anywhere in it. But I wanted to do a cameo for somebody just this week. And it was weird to me that you were asking about it and somebody booked me to do one. And Cameo is a weird, funky setup, man, because I never know who books me and I never know who kind of, who asks me to do it. It's strange. Let's see. Neil and Terry Pratchett. That's okay. Neil and Terry Pratchett. Oh, Neil Gaiman. Okay. Great book. Oh, The Good Omens. Oh, The Good Omens is a good book. All right. And then it's Neil Pratchett, whatever the fuck. All right. Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. All right. I'm now caught up. Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett did a book called Good Omens. And there's a series now called Good Omens. I think. Yes? All right. I hope so. All right. So here's the thing. See, I got to see. That happens a lot where I have to reboot and I say, here's the thing or here's the point or here's the deal. And I have to stop doing that. Your idea was to have one, but I wouldn't be able to write my name. So I was wondering if you would see my name anyway. Well, you have to give me, it's a dumb idea. I don't know if it would be ruined if I told you. Well, first of all, don't tell me. Second of all, it's not a dumb idea. And third, you have to give me a description of who I'm talking to. And you have to give me information. And, it tells me who I'm delivering the cameo to and what it's about. Like this one I did last week was somebody's 61st birthday in addition to their retirement. And the person gave me like their wife's name, their kids' names, where their kids went to college, where they live, what they're doing. And it's like all this stuff that you can weave in and out of it. But also this person didn't tell me whether I should be mean or not. So when I did this, because I never know if people want me to kind of be roasty and make fun of them or if they want me to have fun. So I did a kind of a light version. I only swore a couple of times and it was an accident. And at that point, if you're doing it and you're 3.5, 4 minutes in and you swear, you have to stop and do the whole fucking thing over. It's not like it's not an audio file that I can edit. It's literally me holding my phone and recording and just doing this where I kind of talk off the top of my head, which is fine. But I did like a 5-minute message for these guys, but I didn't know if they wanted me to be mean because it was for, it's for an elderly gentleman. But I did the best I could, you know what I mean? So don't tell me what it is, but I do get a bunch of information. Like if you do book me for Cameo, you have to give me a bunch of information of who the cameo is about. And then they send that to me. So whatever the fuck. All right. Coming soon to HBO. I might not ever do it anyway. What if all that information was false? Well, then that's fine. I can only work with what I'm given. If it's false, that's fine. If you want me to do a false cameo for somebody, then that's fucking perfect. It's great. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go. We're at $140 here, and it kind of flew by, and that's great, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're at 18 people who are ready to see me leave, I'm sure. Thank you for tuning in and being here. Well, let's talk about this because I talked about it on the podcast today. If you haven't listened to the podcast, I will talk about it now. Chug Hudspeth, who we all know as our best friend, what if it was all false? Would you be able to tell? No, dude, I would have no idea, Ruben. I just get the information. I mean, if it's something like, yeah, I live in Narnia and my dad is Superman, I would know it was false. But if it's just a bunch of facts, I'm going to deliver it the way I'm going to deliver it because I only do what I'm told. You know, there's no instructions. It just says this person is this person, go. And so, no, do whatever you want to do. I mean, it's fine. Let's see. Thanks, Mike, and everyone. I guess I'm wondering if it was all false. You're awesome, Mike. Thanks. No, thank you, Matt. Thank you for coming in. Are you in Indiana too? Like your buddy Jeff? Your brother? Colomona, your words made my day. I've yet to miss a show. I care. Everybody cares. Hanging there. Dude, that's fucking great, Colomona. I'm so happy that you stopped in at least. Because, again, there are people who are in from the beginning, and I did see them. And then I don't see them later, and then they'll pop up. So I'll get a note from somebody. But it's really important to me that you listen and you watch and that you've come with me over to here because, again, listening to the show is one thing, but making dedicated time to come to because the podcast, you can download it and listen to it in a fucking year. But to make dedicated time to come to the live stream and check me out, dude, that's the fucking greatest. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. So cool. Oh, Matt, you're in Westmont and Jeff's in Indiana. Yes? All right. I apologize. My brain's all fucking scrambled. Every cameo I get, I will, Ruben, because I thought this one was from you too. And your name wasn't. It was just a bunch of other names and shit. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. And I love you coming in, Ruben. Thank you so much for being here. So here's the deal. I'm doing like a Christmas live stream. I don't know if I mean, I'll do another live stream. Should I do one next week? I don't know. Let me figure it out. I'll announce it or whatever. But if I do it, it's usually Thursdays. But the point is, folks, December 20th, there will be a Christmas live stream Thursday night, December 20th, 6 o'clock Pacific time, same time. People are very nice. They always send me cards. They always send me gifts. And I've been opening them on the podcast. Well, Chug Hudspeth, our good buddy, our man on the ground in the Carolinas, was like, hey, dude, what if you did a live Christmas live stream and open gifts on in the stream? So then people who sent you stuff could tune in and see open cards and look, I'm not shilling for gifts. People send me gifts and they're very nice. Or people just send me a Christmas card with their family on it and stuff. That's fucking cool. So I thought it was a brilliant idea. I love fucking Chug coming through with that idea. So December 20th, Christmas live stream, Thursday night, 6 o'clock, 40-year-old boy, Christmas extravaganza. I might have some nog. I may have some Christmas cookies. I don't know what I'll do. Perhaps there'll be a Santa outfit. That will never happen, but I will be opening the gifts that you guys send me, and you're super cool, and thank you so much for thinking of me. And look, if I get one gift, I'll talk in fucking circles for 90 minutes and open one fucking gift. I'm not saying you got to send me anything, but just know that if you do send a card or a small something, whatever the fuck, December 20th, live stream. And actually, you know what's funny? Ahmad, our friend Ahmad from Kuwait, will actually be in town that day. I don't know if he'll be involved in the live stream. I don't know if he might be the guy when I go and leave, he comes and sits in the chair. But he will be involved. Because he'll probably be in my house, or he might just be doing California shit that day. I get no fucking idea. I'll just give him the keys to the car because he might not want to do this. I have no idea, but he'll be in town. But December 20th, Christmas live stream. It's happening. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you, Liana. Matt, I did get it. Stephen Edwards, looking forward to Twitch. You're the best. It's coming soon, I hope. Thumbs up from Andrew Bisland. Thank you, Andrew, for the thumbs up. You were lurking, and I appreciate that. Jill, will I dress as Santa? I might. Who knows? We'll see how it works. Santa's a must, says Jason. Liana goes elf. Murph says, yeah, you did just volunteer, Liana. You want to fly out and wear a sexy elf outfit? That'd be perfect. You can come out and be a sexy elf. That'd be a perfect gift. Just come out and be a sexy elf at my house. I love it. Or at least a red shirt or Xmas sweater. Jill, look, you and Sal have to just relax because I've got a month to plan this, man. I mean, I might dye my hair white and get the fucking beard. Who the fuck knows what I'm going to do? But you know me, I'm going to do something appropriate. I can't just do a Christmas show and just be me. Nobody wants to see just me. Everybody wants to see some sort of Christmassy nonsense. Live stream of the Ahmad. Ahmad will be here. Ahmad with a 7. Paulie knows. So he'll be here. I don't know if he'll be on camera. He's notoriously shy gentleman, but he might want to do it. Go follow me on Instagram. I'll tell you what, for all the new Instagram followers I get this week, again, I'll post 3 photos. I did it just last week. There's 9 new photos on Instagram for you to go check out. If you're not a follower and you don't want to follow, that's totally fine, but you can still look me up, Mike40YOB, and check it out. You can get me at MikeandMikeSchmidtComedy.com. You can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. Instagram and Snapchat, Mike40YOB. That's Mike40YOB. I am there. Like I said, all new Instagram followers this week will get, I'll make a post with 3 photos. So we had 3 new followers last week. We want to post the 9 photos. I've got so many fucking more to post. Please follow me so I can go ahead and post new stuff and get it out of my phone. And, you know, again, follow me on Twitter. You're telling me you're following me, all this stuff. Facebook, be my friend. You guys are there. And thanks, man. I mean, I love doing these. I'm glad you guys make it possible. And I, you know, and anybody who gave money, fucking, and Matthew and Tanya and fucking Jeremy and everybody else, and Chug, you guys are so cool. Thank you so much for making this incredibly worthwhile. And thanks to Gio for even making this a possibility. He told me to do this. I mean, I would have never fucking, like, it was that thing where I was like, nobody wants to do that. And Gio every day is like, dude, you got to do these. This is your new job. You should be doing live streams. And once Twitch is up and running, I hope it is. So thank you, everybody who hung in there. Thanks, Mike. Movie just finished. All right, Jason. Double Scoop Thursday for you, Murph. We will tell Max hi. There you go. Pipkin with the fucking flex. Paulie says a mom with a 7. Thank you, Brett Campbell. And thanks to everybody else. Yay, watch this. It'll be, yeah, watch it. You just lived it. You don't want to watch it. But tell your friends to watch it. That's important. God knows I want your friends to watch secondhand me.